13 finally here in the Coast to Coast Racing League as we honor Abandoned Cats Rescue this evening with another edition of Monday Night Madness. Well, it can be Monday Night Madness, but we got a lot of things up at stake for you here this evening. A pair of Hawkeye challenges. We've got the dirt at Lernerville, asphalt at Oxville. Later on tonight, it's the 87s at Daytona. As you see all the drivers getting set to go here in the Steel City. So glad you could join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala with you alongside Zach Chapman. We're going to do something a little bit interesting tonight. I am actually under the weather with a sore throat and a runny/stuffy nose, and I'm not going to sound good. So we are doing a driver-only broadcast, and Zach Chapman will take you through the entire night. I may step in from time to time. Zach, thanks for doing this, and best advice I have for you this evening, don't swear.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to bite my tongue and hold it back, but at the same time, be honest. Let everybody know how I feel about it and what's going on. But very excited, and like you were saying, Monday Night Madness definitely fits. I mean, we got four different cars out on the track, right, or five different cars out on the track right now here in the Hawkeye Challenge. So we're gonna have a heck of a show. The only guy it looks like who's not gonna have much competition tonight, Brandon Templeton. He's going to be the only one in the late model, so he should pace the field fine in that. But here we're going to have some good battles throughout the field tonight.
A lot of drivers here running legend cars, street stocks. There's a late model, bunch of sprint cars. We'll pull it up here on your screen so you can see the car logo that drivers are running here this evening. And Zach, did you see what I just saw?
Yeah, car just randomly flip across the screen there coming out of 4. That must have been one ride.
Hey, it's week 13. We're here to have some fun. So, I believe we'll get qualifying underway here. John, that was John Heine, by the way, that flipped. Qualifying just about set to go. And we'll let you take it out from here, Zach.
Yeah, so looking at that color tracker that he had up earlier, the blues tonight, we're going to have them in the 305 sprint cars. Then the yellows, we're going to have the 358 modifieds. The yellows, the red, we're going to have the limited late model. And like I said, Brandon's going to be the only one in that. And then I believe here the yellows are going to be the big block. Or the big block modified. Oh, okay. And the purples are street stocks. So, we're going to have a good battles out here tonight. You're going to see the 305s really pace the field. You're going to see Brandon kind of behind them. And watching Blake Chapman, John Heine, and Cody Graham navigate through the field tonight, that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, you're obviously going to have battles for first within the classes, but it's really exciting watching the faster cars move through the field here. But as you see, qualifying, everybody's getting their times in. Right now we got John Heine on the pole. Brandon Templeton in second, Dean Reynolds in third, Greg Boydell in fourth, and John Krupa rounding out fifth. But it's actually pretty interesting looking at that because I assumed before they went here, we'd have the classes kind of segregated within qualifying, but we have them intermixed, and that's going to make for an interesting race start here. As you see, Cody Graham here couldn't taking the first lap here, so we'll see if he can move up. And Cody Graham there, that's kind of assumed that would happen there. P3 in the sprint car. We'll have to see if he can do better on lap 2 here. And now he's going to stay in third here. So looks like the top 3 are going to be set. Nobody's going to entertain those. And Brandon's probably going to have fourth lockdown in that late model. So looks like Dean won the battle, the rest of the cars. And going to have a pretty good race here tonight. Yeah, looking through the lap times here, Jacob Musow, he qualified 9th, and he beat a street stock. That's pretty impressive. Everybody else was about a tenth behind Rogers. So Jacob might he might have a few tricks up his sleeve. Those other boys like Kemper and Cullen, they're gonna really want to follow him the first lap here to see what they're doing different. But that's a neat car because I mean, Marty knows we don't really run that car a lot. So some guys might specialize in it, and here's the chance where they can show it to everybody else. Because I know when I get in that little bugger, I mean, rear end wants to slide out from under me. It takes a real skill to drive that car. So pretty neat seeing him out qualify with the Bass man there. And also, guys, if you're big followers of the league, just a reminder to everyone. First off, big iRacing update coming out tomorrow, and with that, we are getting a new track. So you'll definitely want to purchase that. But tomorrow night, big night for the street stocks. We've got a I guess we got midgets first. We got midgets running at 7 o'clock. Then we got the street stock asphalt at Lanier, street stock dirt at Lanier. Then we have an enduro race where everybody can come out and beat up that guy who wrecked you last week or edged you out in points. So that's a lot of fun. I mean, they're always crazy, and normally everybody leaves a pretty good attitude on that one. And then Wednesday, we're going to test out the new track, Kern County. We're going to be hitting them in all the sprint cars. So we'll start off with the 305s, then we'll go to the 360s, then the 410s, and we'll end the night with our normal Xfinity race, and that'll be at Darlington. And that's going to be the first race of the Xfinity Trail, so don't forget about that. And Friday night, we're going to do a Thursday night, we're going to do a dirt mod 100 lapper at Kern County, and then we're going to follow that up with a pro late model 100 lapper. And then end the night, we're going to finish off with the next gens at Darlington. So don't forget to come check us out for the rest of the week. We've got a lot of action lined up for you. Everybody's getting ready to grid up here, though, it looks like. So time to roll down through the field here. It's looking like, I guess they did separate them by certain classes here, but they went with the qualifying order. So we're going to have out front, we're going to have Dean Reynolds leading the field. We got Greg Boydell starting second. Bottom of the second row, we got John Krupa. John Hines starting fourth. We got Blake Chapman, the salesman, starting fifth. We got Cody Graham. He dominated in the asphalt this year in points. It was his first year with us, and he was a big name in the asphalt series, so we'll have to see what he can do here. I believe he actually won the B Rebels, too, so, I mean, he's going to be a big name out here tonight to run him with those guys. We got Brandon Templeton starting at 7th. We got Joseph Musow starting in 8th. Roger Craig starting in 9th. Jacob Mossow starting in 10th. Jeffrey Kemper starting in 11th. Cullen Johnston starting in 12th. Steven Bixler starting in 13th. And rounding out the field in 14th, we got Bill Calder. So, guys, we're set up for some excitement here. We're looking for good battles all throughout the field, and turn one, lap one's going to be really exciting here with all these different speeds. So, I mean, if you're Blake and John, you really got to pace yourself and make sure you don't collect the guy in front of you here because you got 50 laps to get it done. Lights are off, and we'll be going green this time by, guys. Well, guys, I thank you for joining me. My first night in the booth. It's Monday night. It smells like racing, and Dean Reynolds is ready to take that green flag. Green is out, and we're off. Got Dean throwing it down on the bottom here in turn 1. John Hine really looking to the high side, trying to get around those guys. It looks like it's working. Meanwhile, we got contact with Greg Boydell. But back to the front, we got John Hine really pulling away. Cody Graham is past Blake Chapman for second, and Blake looks like he's just pacing himself. He knows it's 50 laps, plenty of time. You just got to keep it clean for now. Looking throughout the field here, we do have some close racing here in the. Oh, Roger Craig getting sideways in the street stock there in front of Jacob Massa. That's a good reaction by Jacob to miss that. Right now we're looking. Cody Graham, he's about a second and a half back of John, so John's steadily pulling away. Group is about 1.2, 1.3 behind Reynolds, so we got a little battle there. Roger Craig up to about a second and a half in the street stock class, and Kemper, as we see, they're already getting lapped down in the Legends, so it's it's going to be a slow battle for them, but they're racing each other, and that's what it's about. Oh, big wreck in front of Boydell, and Templeton collected Calder. Doesn't look like we have a caution either. Just as I say that, caution comes out. We'll have to check out and see what happened there. Alrighty, we're looking at it in slow motion here. We got Bill Calder going down the back stretch. Looks like I was just about to say, it looks like he's by himself. There we go. Krupp is coming in there, but no contact. It looks like maybe you just lost the rear end in the slick, and that's what I was talking about earlier when I said how hard it is to drive these if you're not used to it. I mean, if you goose it up too much, you're going to lose the rear end, and right there we saw a perfect example of it. I mean, Bill Calder not doing anything too aggressive there, just got a little bit too hard in the throttle, and it went around on him. Riding on board here, and I think you're going to see what I just said there is he's going to enter in here. You just see it. The RPMs go up, and the right rear slides to the right. It's just a little too much there up in that tack. You want to goose it up that much, you're going to have to stay down in the tack and get out of the slick for sure. But meanwhile, lights are off here on the pace truck. We got John Hine still out front, pacing the field. We are going double file. Green flag is out. And John, he's going to look to maintain that bottom there. It seemed to be working for him before. Just as I say that, Cody Graham gets a big run coming out of 2. We'll have to see if he can battle John for the lead. He's looking to clear him. He got him at the line. Cody Graham led at the line. And, I mean, like I said earlier, he was the B champion. He knows how to drive a sprint car. Meanwhile, we got Dean Reynolds. He's slow, or just trying to inch ahead of Boydell. He's trying to make that high side work. I'm not sure if it's exactly there yet, or if you can still run the bottom, but it seems like he's pulling away from from Greg. We got Templeton battling Boydell there in the overall for 5th, but he's like I say, at the end of the day, he's going to be racing himself, but he's still having fun out there mixing it up with those guys, and he's one of the best late model guys we have. Meanwhile, caution out on the track. Got a street stock around. I believe that's Mossau in the 63. I'm going to bring this replay to you. I'm thinking he was involved with some contact with the Bassman. We'll bring it back here for you. Coming out of 2, he looks to... He's running the middle. He's kind of by himself. Roger just stuck that right rear over the lip there, the track, and when he came back on, he was there. Just not much you can do. Didn't want to go out in the crowd and fence it, but so watching on the bumper cam here, the 747. As you see, he just sticks that right rear up over, and it just sent him for a ride. It's real tough with these things because they'll bottom out on you. So when you get up that right rear over and it starts to bottom out, you really lose control. And if you don't let off the gas 100% and just let it coast above, that's what's going to happen to you 9 times out of 10. Just a racing deal. Here, the lights are off on the pace truck here. Getting the 1 to go. And we do have that new leader. We've got Cody. So we'll have to see if John can get a good start here and maybe try the high side. Maybe Cody showed the rest of the sprint car drivers there the line to run, but we'll have to see here as he dives off into 1. The pace truck pulls off the track. Everybody's tightening up. And we're green. We're 3 wide in the middle of the field there. Krupa, Templeton, and Boydell. Oh, wow. What good racing. Oh, he throws a slider on. There's a little contact. Gonna have our 3rd caution of the evening here. We saw that live. We did get a full lap in, though, so I'm anxious to see here when we restart if we'll go double file or we'll go single file. I'd imagine it would stay double file. We're going on board here, and yeah, he just tries to slide up, and it looked like Greg maybe could have cracked out, but he's trying to race the car in front of him, and you can't blame him for trying to go hard. He's trying to catch the guy in front of him, and that's kind of what you got to do there at that point in time. Chapman Racing blimp here, looking over the top of Brandon Templeton once again. And I mean, we're normally in the pro late models, and these are the limited late models, so he's used to a little more power there in his defense. In that other late model, he's easily going to be able to clear that car, and I think he just thought the car had a little bit more speed than it actually did. Oh, and meanwhile, while we were watching that 3 wide battle, John Hine with the lead just noticed here. We're going to bring you a lead replay here of the lead change before we go back to green here. Looks like John gets a good run out of 2. Like I said, I guess he read the instruction manual from Cody there. Cody showed him how to make that pass a couple laps ago, and he just put it right back on him, and since the lap scored, he was lucky enough to have it at the line. So here we are, double file. So we'll have to see. It's all about the restart here now. Leader needs a good restart to clear that and maybe throw the slider and protect that middle line, because it seems to be the fast way around for these sprint cars right now. Big restart for John Hine. So much so that Blake Chapman looks like he's maybe in 2nd place at the line there. Cody's going to be able to race it back, though. You just got to wonder, I mean, these are the 305s, but Blake just has so much experience with that tire saving, and, we have had a fair amount of caution, so you got to wonder if he's just chilling and maybe biding his time, because meanwhile, John Hine is just blazing away out front, running 14.6s to the other sprint cars, 14.9 and a 15.3. I mean, he's really walking away. Dean Reynolds, it seems like nobody's really battling with him there either in the small blocks. Caution out. Bill Calder around. So we're watching Bill Calder here. He's coming out of 4, and he just got loose and tried to gather it up and clipped the French stretch wall, and I think saw the relative and maybe wanted to try to stay out of the leader's way, and that's why he just stayed up in the wall there. But yeah, tough break. These things, like I say, we do not drive these, and I know they look like a small little car, but boy, they are difficult to drive, especially in that slick. And I'm not sure what lap it happened, but looking now here at the scoreboard, I noticed we had a lead change too in the Legend cars. Jeff Kemper now is leading the Legend division. We're going to try to see if we can't find you a replay, but it's not looking like we have much luck. It must have possibly happened on a caution, maybe a little contact sent him to the back, but we'll have to definitely watch that battle, because Moose was pretty quick in that thing in qualifying, so I look for him to get up there and battle Kemper here. But also, guys, to anybody out there watching, let us know who you're rooting for. Let me know how bad I'm doing. Let me know how good I'm doing. And, let me know if you can put up with me for 2 more races here, because we definitely enjoy having you. And we love having the fans come out and seeing us racing here. We're going down the backstretch now with 1 to green. to see if Cody learned from that last restart. John really got him the last time, so let's see. Much better jump from Cody. Meanwhile, we're 3 wide here with... Ooh, Krupa going down over it. Templeton, though, he lifted. He lifted. That was a friendly gesture, letting those guys race it out in their class. Krupa is just trying to make that bottom work, but it just looks like it's getting a little sideways on him coming out of the corners. He just doesn't have that right rear stability like it seemed that Reynolds has running the high side. He's not fanning it out, and he's keeping up all that speed down the straightaway. Reynolds is looking fast, but meanwhile, Boydell looking low. Do we have a little... No, I don't think there's any contact there. Boydell really went low there and gave him all the room he needed. Meanwhile, Bill Calder into the pits. No caution. Not sure if anything happened there. Kemper. Wow. Can he save it? Can he save it? Oh, man, I can't believe he hung on to that. Looks like we do have a lead change now in the Legends. We jig Massow back to the front here. We'll have to see if... Oh, get caution out. Caution is out. Looks like Roger Craig, possibly. Got the Bassman sitting up off of turn 3 and 4. We'll get a replay up for you. Looking back at this is the pass for the lead here. I think right before, maybe. Yeah, okay, that explains it. So Kemper saw him coming and really tried to get that drive off to try to hold him back there. That's the race for the lead in their class, and that was when Kemper just gave it a little too much and got in the fence here. But meanwhile, looking back here, Krupa climbing the fence. I don't think that's what brought out the caution, though. I believe he kept it going there, and that didn't bring out the caution. Now we're about to show you what actually brought out the caution. A lot of mayhem for 2 laps. We kind of expected here in the Hawkeye, but Roger going high. That's the corner that bit him earlier in front of Moose. It's real tough to ride that right rear up there, and like I say, if you get it up there, it's just you bottom it out, and you're going. You're going for a ride. Wow. Bill Calder, we may have to call him Superman. I didn't realize he could fly. Now the fall off count, it looks like we've had 2 guys go over. 2.5 if you count Rogers' lead 2 accident, but here with the 1 to green, we'll have to see what kind of restart Cody can get. He's been having good jumps, but I think Blake's going to turn the wick up here soon. Great jump for John Hine. Be able to run whatever line he feels appropriate. Meanwhile, Dean Reynolds, man, he is flying. Even looking high on the sprint car. Dean is really going up where Mama hides the cookies. And back. Oh, big wreck coming out of 4. No caution as of yet. Still no caution. I'm surprised. Especially as the leaders come up on Bixler here. So hopefully he's paying attention to that. Yeah, I mean, John Hunt. Oh, Boydell having to lift. No choice. I believe that's Bixler in front of him. Nowhere to go, so had to lift out. And then he's still somehow pulling the pass off on Brandon. Brandon got held up on the high side by the other Legend car. Going on board here with Brandon Templeton. Gets a big run on Boydell coming out of turn 2. I mean, Brandon Templeton, he top contender for us in the late model series, and he runs the top with some of the best of them, and he's shown it right there. Big runs coming out of the corner. He definitely loses a little ground going in, but big runs coming out of the corner. And we have a race for the lead up front, looks like. They are running down John. John's having to go really slow here through traffic there in his lanes, and beneficial of everyone else. When they move out of John's way, when he finally gets by, they can go right on by. So they're really made up a lot of ground here. We got all 3 of them. You could put them under a blanket here. Within a second, we got the top 3. Blake Chapman really making the bottom work in 1 and 2. I mean, he is just going lower than anybody else as we ride on board with the salesman. He puts that left front tire almost in the grass there. Yeah, I mean, as close as he can. They're a perfect example, and he's just really cutting the track down. I mean, these things do not have as much motor as we're used to running. These 305s, you really want to cut the track distance down, but at the same time keep the wheels straight. And Blake's probably the best we have at that. He's really good at making the bottom work. But I wonder, maybe when we get 10-5 to go, if the top will come around, because all these guys running the bottom and the legend cars are running the bottom. I mean, that's really going to wear on the track. Meanwhile, maybe we'll click back here go look at Dean Reynolds here. Oh, no, we got Calder and Kemper off the track. No caution. That's counting for 2 going over there. I believe we're up to 5 now. Oh, man. I'm hearing they maybe found the pond over there. Yeah, Bill is just extremely loose. Oh, man, Kemper, what a ride. I can't believe... Oh, down by the boats. I can't believe Kemper landed on all fours and was able to keep going there. But Bill, he's trying to make his way back out on the track. I guess we had a pass for a second there in the sprint cars while we had all the mayhem going. Blake Chapman did move up to second, and Roger Craig looks like getting a little sideways there in front of Templeton. I wonder if Templeton there was giving Dean a little bump draft going down the straightaway, because he is coming. Brandon's a smart guy, though. He knows he's not racing Dean. They're just out there having fun. We are down to 14 to go. Oh, and then we get a caution. I was just about to say 14 to go. It's been a while since we've had a caution. We have had some mayhem, but somehow the flagman's kept it up there in the holder. But Steven Bixler around. Gonna pull you up a replay here on the Malcolm's Mills Racing replay. Looks like he just has a good entry there. Everything looked good. He just got a little sideways. It looked like in the middle of the corner, came down ever so slightly. And I mean, with Musow there, nothing he could do. I mean, I believe he's leading the street stocks, and he's trying to get away here. We're looking at a replay of Kemper here. It looks like basically same thing happened to him, sideways in the middle of the corner and just got loose, and I think they said enough's enough. Meanwhile, up front, we got the professor, John Hine, but he's a smart man. He knows the salesman. He's just been back there hanging out. So John, you're listening. Time to go get him now. As the pace truck pulls off here. He needs. Oh wait, no, never mind. Now they're going 1 to green. Sorry, they were just getting real antsy there up front. I saw when they went double file. I assumed they were already 1 to green, but now we're getting the 1 to green. We'll go double file through the field. Greg Boydell, he's really got to get by Templeton here as quick as he can on this restart if he wants to do anything with Dean, because Dean has been doing a good job of running just fast enough that Templeton can't clear him. So Templeton has been the perfect pick car for him, and that's going to be a big battle on the track as well. As the pace truck pulls off, and the professor nails the throttle, and we're off. Cody's going to look low there, but Blake, he just going up high and making it work here. Anxious to be here if he's if he got it up to speed already. Just, I think, saved that right rear ever so slightly and really let it eat that first corner. Blake, he might be off to no man's land now. We're on board with Cody Graham. Oh, we have a caution, and we're looking at it in front of us there. Good job avoiding that, Cody. That almost looked bad for a second. Looks like we got the 75 of Steven Bixler around. At the replay there, it's like he got a little loose coming out of forward, but everything was okay. And car high. Didn't realize there was a car high, I'm guessing. And well, you see what happens when these things touch wheels like that. One's gonna go around, and the other one's gonna float up the track. And lucky he didn't go off the track, but I'm guessing that was definitely accidental there. It didn't look malicious at all. But yeah, you got to wonder, you know, they're teammates actually looking at that. So you got to wonder what's going on in that Salty Dog Discord down there. But John Hine, you know, he learned from when Cody used the middle on him. Now, can he get a good restart here on Blake and throw the cards right back on him? I'm anxious to see if Blake can get a good restart here. He needs to move up in front of John because John may be the professor, but he's also a real good learner too. He doesn't just teach. Coming around this time, looks like we'll get the one to go as the pace truck comes by the start-finish line as we come out of turn 4. But definitely got a lot of good battles throughout the field tonight, and you know, we just want to once again shout out to the Abandoned Cats Rescue. You know, their slogan, "Save a life, adopt an abandoned cat." I mean, what's better than giving an abandoned animal a home? I mean, personally can't have a cat because my wife's allergic, but we adopt all our pets, and that's the only thing we'll do in this household. Too many pets out there need homes. So if you're listening and you're thinking about getting a pet, it's always a good idea. Adopt, don't shop. But here we're getting a green flag. Blake with a good jump, and it looks like he's going to be able to clear John Hine there going into turn 1. So Dean Reynolds with a great restart there. But Greg Boydell, oh, little contact. Oh, man, looked like he maybe got a little sideways in the middle of the corner and come down on Krupa, but we'll get a replay up here and let you know for sure. Yeah, he got a really good restart. And yeah, it looked like he just, oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe he did hold his ground, and Krupa just maybe got a little bit of a better run than thought he was going to get. Maybe we'll go on board here in the 5 car. Yeah, looking, I mean, he's there, and you see, he just lifts out early, and that's the trick in these things. He got a really good run, and he kind of probably just expected Greg to be a little fast there, and nothing malicious. I mean, he spun himself out. If he wanted to drive through him, he would have and kept going. That's just the case. 2 guys driving the corner a little different. Yeah, you know, this is going to be interesting here. I believe because we're within 10 to go, it may go single file here. And if it does go single file, Cody Graham is going to be hurting because Dean Reynolds passed him on that start. He beat him to the line. And if Cody has to line up behind him, it's really going to hurt him. And it looks like we are single file. Wouldn't this be a story, though, that 79 somehow drives that thing up there and beats both these sprint cars? Makes me eat my words. Yeah, the pace car's off, or pace truck's off, and Blake Chapman, let's see if he can get a good jump again. He's been getting great restarts. And it once again clears John by about 2 or 3 car lengths, and you know, that might be all she wrote. Blake's one of the best we got, and if you want to get him, you almost got to get him before he's up to speed. Meanwhile, Dean Reynolds still, he's making that top work. He was nice, I believe, and pulled over for Cody Graham knowing the speed difference, but he is still hanging with Cody. Dean is really making that thing work. Oh, and Cullen Johnston up over the berm in 1 and 2. Oh, man. He went for a ride over there. Looked like a tornado going over there. Getting the replay here. Oh, wow. Almost got caught there. Going into 1. Oh, looked like he got a little help, and he just couldn't woe it down. Just couldn't woe it down. Meanwhile, we're down to 5 laps to go here for the salesman. Got almost a full backstretch lead here. Dean Reynolds, this is, you know, him and Brandon Templeton, you know, they're probably going to have a talk after this. They had to have a lot of fun with each other. This has been one of the best battles on the track in two different classes of cars. But we also, I believe, the Mossau boys are they? Yeah, he's winning his. We've got both Mossau's winning their divisions. Pretty profoundly. Got a couple lap leads, so they've got theirs locked up. And Blake here. Oh, caution is out. John Hine. He had to tow. So it's looking like he's going to be locked down in third place in the sprint cars unless he can get out before the green flag comes out. Yeah, just looked like Krupa got a little sideways coming out of the corner and, you know, stayed in the gas. And when he did that, had to recover and tail slapped John Hine. Not much you can do when you're in an open wheel car and you get a tank slap by the 358. But, you know, not that it's any consolation, but I believe without that happening, you know, John was racing Cody for second. I believe Blake pretty much had that locked up. Meanwhile, the big story has to be the way Dean Reynolds has fought in that car. We've seen him in front of a sprint car. We've seen him in front of a late model. And looking at those lap times, if you go back to practice, you know, I mean, the sprint cars had him in qualifying by almost a second and a half, and Brandon had him by 0.3 of a second. So, I mean, to be battling with Brandon the way he has, it's been pretty awesome. Let alone getting in front of a sprint car for that little bit, even if it was because he got a good start on the restart. But hey, you know, you gotta take it where you can get it. But meanwhile, we're 1 to go, and with 2 to go here, we're gonna have our first attempt at a green-white checkered. We're gonna be single file here, so gonna have to see if Cody's got any tricks up the sleeve. Maybe tries to jump that start a little bit, tries to play off where Blake's been going, because if he wants to get this thing, he's got to do something different. And we've got Greg Boydell behind Dean also, so, you know, you got to see how aggressive he is going into turn 1 as well. But Cody Graham with a great start. Right on him going into the corner, one of the better starts we've seen for second place. Cody is right behind him here as we get the white flag. 1 to go. Can the salesman hold off Cody Graham? Cody washes a little bit coming out, and I don't know if he's going to have enough to do it. Blake's going to go down and protect. And coming out of turn 4, we get to hear about some popcorn tonight. Blake Chapman winning the overall and winning the sprint car division here. Dean Reynolds winning the small block modifieds. Joseph Mossau winning the street stocks tonight, and Jacob Mossau winning the legend cars. Oh yeah, and of course, Brandon Templeton. You know, he raced himself tonight, but he did a great job racing Dean Reynolds out there tonight. I wonder, you know, have we ever seen this many cars fit for a victory lane photo? I really have to zoom out here. Yeah, there we go. That's a pretty picture there, boys. Yeah, all in all, you know, you're definitely going to have some accidents, but all in all, pretty good, clean racing. And guessing we're going to try to, once they get up here in the waiting room, we're going to bring your winners up here in the booth. I guess we'll start out with your street stock winner. I see he's in there. We'll get Joseph Mossau up here. Hey, Joseph Mossau, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Hey, dude. I mean, you know, only two of you out there, but you can only race who shows up, and you dominated in the street stocks tonight. Did you have fun out there?
Oh yeah, that was a blast. I did get a couple notifications that the legends were faster than me, so I was kind of getting a little nervous, but other than that, it was pretty cool just to seeing all the other cars pass me and just all the different racing on the track was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely in the street stock. Those are my baby. If I was racing tonight, I would have been out there with you. I like those, but you're definitely a roadblock out there. So you
Oh
got to
yeah.
be watching your mirror as much as you're looking in front of you. That's for sure. I mean, I saw you were in an accident earlier tonight, but you recovered and you had enough to get the win, man. You gonna race the asphalt one next here?
Oh yeah. I'm already picking my car. I haven't decided what car to run this time, but I'm getting there picking it right now.
Well, cool deal, Joseph. Congratulations on your win, man. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Fast Eddie's Hot Rods, Main Street Auto, the GKM boys, you guys for great broadcast and Coast to Coast for great league.
Well, thanks, man. Congratulations on your win, and hopefully you talk to me again here in the next one.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Well, Joe Massau in the number 63 Street Stock, your Street Stock winner tonight. Now we got Jacob Massau here in the your Legends winner tonight. Jacob, you got a copy?
I sure do.
Well, hey, man, you look good out there. Did you get pinballed around there enough tonight?
Oh yeah, I was so scared, especially when the big block or the small blocks came up next to you. I was never so scared of those things in my life, but I just stayed up on the high line and made everybody pass me on the bottom. There was a couple restarts that were just hairy, just being that small. It was a lot of fun, but I felt bad for the guys trying to pass us because we were going so slow.
Well, hey, man, they got the horsepower advantage, but you're in that little tin can, so they should feel bad for you guys. I was watching you guys get bounced around, but good to hear you guys had a good time. You gonna run the asphalt one tonight?
I think so, yeah.
Cool deal. Well, congratulations on your win here, man. You got anybody you want to thank?
I'd like to thank everybody at GCAM. You guys at Coast to Coast for putting on this. This is absolutely a blast, and you guys for a great broadcast.
Well, thanks, Jacob. We really appreciate it, man, and congratulations on your win. And hopefully you get up here in the booth again after the next one.
Thank you.
Gonna bring up Brandon Templeton here, your late model winner. Well, Brandon, you only had to race yourself tonight, but you and Dean put on a show, man. You guys it looked like you guys were having a lot of fun out there. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, I was just telling Dean in the waiting room there that, that was a hell of a race. We had a lot of fun. He could get me on the starts. It took me a few laps to get momentum up in the late model. And then on the high side, eventually my tires, I could start getting him in the corners. But that was a really fun race. It made it pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah, it did, and it definitely he definitely wasn't blocking you, but he loved having you behind him because I mean, that kept Greg Boydell away from him, and that slider line he was running, it was just enough to not block you on the straightaway, but cut off your momentum a little bit. It was really neat watching you guys battle hard out there.
Yeah, he said something in the middle of the race, saying I'm trying not to hold you up, and I told him, I'm not even catching you. I mean, there was a few times there in lap traffic, maybe I was, but that was anything else, that he was keeping the 358 out in front of me just fine.
Yeah, he definitely was the class of that field tonight. But Brandon, you were the class of the late models tonight, so nobody can take that away from you. You got anybody you want to thank?
I feel pretty honored for being the best late model there tonight. So,
hey, well, even when people show up, you go back and listen to this. You're one of the best we got, and you know it. So even if people showed up, you wouldn't have had much trouble tonight.
Yeah, it was fun the way it was. I was glad we got to race with Dean, and the modifieds. It took me a long time just to get by any of them, so that was kind of cool. But got to thank Jay with Dirt Track Bank, Malvern Bank, and everything they're doing with the Real Series is cool. I've been to quite a few of them. Gonna hit up probably another one or two super late model races that they put on, and Malvern Bank sponsors. So nice to support the people that are supporting the local racing, in real life too. Got Your Six Racing Network, Mission 22, Joe Halter, Hammer Down Racing, Joe, Kurt, and Brian. All they do helping each other out. We do quite a bit, just giving each other tips and racing lines and talking throughout the races. Missed them tonight, but I'm sure they'll get on later this week. Extreme Images, Melee's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care, you guys for doing the stream and announcing, making it fun to watch back, and everyone helping out in the league and everyone watching at home. Thank you.
Hey, well, Brandon, thanks for representing the late models tonight. And, like I say, nobody can take anything off you because I don't care if 10 other drivers showed up, you probably still would have classed their butt tonight. You were good out there, and you and Dean put on a heck of a battle. So thanks for coming out tonight. You going to run the asphalt with us?
I think I'm actually done for the night, but yeah, it's good to represent the Fender boys.
All righty, man. Well, you behave yourself, and we'll see you later this week.
Thanks.
We're gonna bring up Dino here. Dino to the booth. Dean, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
What's going on, sir?
What's going on, man? Dude, first off, class of the 358s, but the real story. You and Brandon were putting on a show, man. How much fun was that racing with Brandon? And hell, you even pressed the sprint car at one point in time.
Well, I got the sprint car at a start, so I was talking to Cody. I go, evidently they scored that green flag lap when I got a run on the outside. The 358 seemed like I had the fastest on the originals on the starts. But then once the 305s got wound up, they were gone. But no, it was funny. Me and Brandon were just talking in the waiting room there. I think he said you definitely have the car in the start, and it takes about 3 laps to catch you. And then I don't usually look in the mirror, but this race you had to, because the relative just jumps all over the place because there's cars behind you at so many different speeds, and you don't know where anyone is running or where they are. And once I knew he got a run on the outside there, I said I'm just going to let him go in 1 and 2 and then follow him. But it was really a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to I wasn't even going to do this race. I've been working on the computer all day, and I got done about 6:30, and I said, you know what? Why not? Let's give it a shot.
Well, it's a good thing you came out, man. You earned yourself a sticker. But yeah, dude, that battle with you and Brandon, that was phenomenal. And then, I mentioned it on the broadcast. Don't slight yourself. I even said it. Yeah, you got him on the restart, but restarts are a skill in themselves. And the fact that you beat that sprint car to the line, that's pretty good, Dean.
Well, I was picking on Cody a little bit. I said, 358 just beat you there, Cody. But it was at the start. I know Cody very well. Cody lives here in New York, and I've actually seen him run a big block modified in real life. So, and I know his dad very well. So it was fun to pick on him. But, this is unique. The challenge though was to dodge the legend cars. Oh, those little buggers were all over the place. And you didn't want to get into them because, you'll knock them to where the orange fence is or down by the, where the boats are and the camper is. So you'd want to avoid them. But it was fun. I'm glad I got in, glad something different. And, I could say I got a sticker.
Yeah, heck yeah, Dean, and I'm glad I got to call your win, man. My first night doing this, and I get to interview a legend here. But you got anybody you want to thank on the win here tonight?
Well, I got to thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. It's a little ironic. We actually did a midnight fun run last night, 100-lapper, right here at Lernerville. So I knew what the tires were going to do in 50 laps. So that definitely helped out. So I knew what lines to run. So I knew I had tires at the end. So got to thank those guys. Got to thank Team Venom. When we do racing coast to coast, they let me invade their Discord and talk too much, which I do. But they're good sports about that. Got to thank Ross Carenta from Velocity. He actually did the paint on this car. He did an awesome job. So I got to thank Ross. I got to thank you and Marty for doing the telecast. Roger from Coast to Coast. And hopefully there's quite a few people watching. It was my first Hawkeye Challenge, and I had a lot of fun, so it was cool.
Well, congratulations, Dean. You gonna stick around for any asphalt tonight?
No, believe it or not, I got a pro late model race in another league that is probably going to get a full 60 cars, and I'm just hoping to make the feature.
Well, good luck in that, Dino, and congratulations on the win tonight, man.
All right, Zach, thanks a lot, man.
Now, somebody who I don't think there's been anyone in that waiting room more times than this driver right here. We got the salesman up here, Blake Chapman. You got a copy?
Yeah, I've been waiting forever. I got you.
Yeah, man, a lot of guys tonight. Sorry, I've been running my mouth a little bit. But, dude, those first couple laps I was talking about you on the broadcast there, probably till like lap 30. You just nursing tires running around on the bottom?
Yeah, fuel more than tires, really, because we only had 14 gallons, and I was running it decently hard in the warm-up, and I was burning off fuel pretty quick. So I was pretty worried about that. And so at the same time, I was just saving tires, too. I ended up, I think, with 2 gallons of fuel left, so I think it would have got me about 5 laps. So which would have been 55 laps, would have been a little bit more entertaining, but I still had like 70% tire left, which is good. So still had quite a bit at the end, and glad I just conserved there for about the first 30, 40 laps.
Yeah, I mean, we watch you do it night in on night out here Monday. The way you save the tires and the way you just make it work at the end. I mean, I pretty much called that race. Nobody drives the sprint cars the way you do. I've never seen anybody get that left front tire so close to the grass and still keep it straight and keep all that momentum off exit. You did a good job tonight, kid. You got anybody you want to thank on the win?
Yeah, I got to thank my parents and grandparents, niece for watching and supporting all the boys down to the Kreitz Sim Racing team and the Can-Am Racing team. I got to give a shout out to Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. We got some new Halloween flavors out, so you can head over to their website and check those out. And don't forget to use code CART for 15% off your purchase. And I got to thank you guys for putting this broadcast on.
Hey, well, congratulations, Blake. You did a real good job tonight. You going to run any asphalt with us?
No asphalt for me.
All righty, man. Well, I'm guessing we'll see you again later this week. Congratulations on your win, Blake.
Thank you.
All righty, guys. Well, that's going to be it for the first part here, your Hawkeye Challenge. We're going to bring you to the asphalt part here next. We're going to be off the break here. This is Zach Chapman and Marty Sakala, and we'll be back with you here in a couple minutes.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olson, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
Alrighty, guys, we are back here for part 2 of, we're going to keep calling it Monday Night Madness because that's what it has been here in the Hawkeye Challenges, and I think we're up for some more. We got a couple different cars coming at you here. The fastest times we got right now are the SK Modifieds we have. We have the Asphalt Late models coming up second. We've got the Street Stocks coming up looking third in times, but they're pretty close to the Legends, to tell you the truth. The Legends, the Street Stocks, and we have the Toyota GR86. They're all pretty close. So those three cars are going to be actually like battling with each other, not just the classes, but for position, because you're going to want the preferred line here, and it's going to be real tough to pass. But, you know, we're going to see the guys in the SK Modifieds really try and come through the field tonight, and those are going to be the guys bringing the excitement, I think. We've got 3 guys in those. You've got Cody Graham, GJ Boydell, and John Krupa. Then we have John Hine and Jim Bowie in the Asphalt Late model. Then we have Joseph Massow and Steven Bixler in, I believe they're running the Street Stock. And we have, this is where we have the most. We have Roger Craig, Jacob Massow, John Rayner, and Bill Calder in the Legend cars tonight. And we have Cullen Johnson and Jeffrey Kemper in the Toyotas. So got quite a diverse field, and nobody's running solo in this one. But here we're out on qualifying. We're looking at Jeff Kemper going around the track here, coming out of 4. Looking at his time on the board. Okay, actually he's going around for lap 1 here, I believe. Now we got Jonathan Krupa going around he's got our first time. Looking at a 14.8. Getting a little sideways coming out of 2, really trying to get all that he could. This lap's probably, no, he gets more sideways. Definitely not going to improve here. It's still at the top of the time sheet. Got Jonathan Bowie in the Asphalt Late model. His competition tonight's going to be John Hine. And we see John Hine, he just put the number 2 spot in ahead of Bowie, so he will be starting ahead of Bowie tonight. Going around lap number 2 here, and it's not going to improve, but he will stay second on the board. Now we have the Moose out here in the Street Stock coming out of turn 4. He does not improve either. John Rayner coming out of turn 4. Okay, actually, this is going to be his first lap, so he came out a little late for qualifying here, so we're going to watch whole lap 1. Entering turn 3. You see coming out of 2, he really, really floats it up there. I mean, you're really trying to carry speed coming out of turn 2, so you want to float it up as high as you can and keep the wheel as straight as you can to keep up that speed. Cody Graham now out there. Just put a lap or time number 2 up. He's coming around here, lap number 2. Wasn't faster in the first segment, was faster in the second one, but didn't overall improve his time. He's going to stick with his first time. So like 6/600ths of a second off the lead there. So going to have a good battle up front. Looking like we're waiting on one guy to qualify right now. Greg Boydell. Not sure if he's going to put in a time tonight or not. But, you know, while we're waiting here, just once again, you know, huge shout out to the sponsor. And this is what it's all about here, Coast to Coast. You know, we normally try to do at least 1 charity a season. And normally we get to 2. But week 13, you know, this is all about the abandoned cats rescue. You know, save a life, adopt an abandoned cat. You know, that's what it's about. Greg Boydell and, man, I believe John Rayner. Excuse me if I messed that up, but I believe the 2 of them volunteer there. And or it's maybe Bill Calder, actually. Bill Calder may be the guy. But, you know, they volunteer there, and they donate a lot of time. They go play with the animals, you know, take them outside, do what they can. And, you know, if you can't ever adopt a cat in your area or adopt a pet, you know, you can always volunteer your time and do things like that to just help out the cause. But, you know, if you want to donate, the PayPal is on the c2crl.com. Feel free to donate to the cause. But it's looking like Greg isn't going to put in a lap here, so Right now, the running order, if it stays, we've got Jonathan Krupa on the pole. We got Cody Graham in second. We got John Hine in third. Jim Bowie in fourth. Joseph Musal in fifth. Stephen Bixler in sixth. Jacob Mossau in seventh. Colin Johnson in eighth. Roger Craig in ninth. And Jeff Kemper rounding out 10th. Also, after this race, stick around. We've got the 1987 cars going at the old school Daytona track tonight. So, we're going to get a lot of speed tonight. And last night we had a great finish. Me, John Hine, and Preston Cramner finished within a tenth of a second there for the first place at the line. So if that's any say, tonight's going to be a lot of good racing. So make sure you stick around for that. Boydell, he must have had to run to the bathroom here. He's finally out of the track here. We're looking at his first lap here. Going into turn 1 and 2. He's really going to try to hug that white line. But it looks like he ran out of time. iRacing, they do give you 5 minutes in our session. So it looked like he just wanted that air time there to get the sponsors on. Looking here, so the starting lineup, once again, it's not exactly going to go by qualifying. They're going to go by the order you qualified in your class. So we're going to have the pole. We're going to have John Hine in the 71, Jim Bowie in 58, rounding out the front row. John Krupa in third, Cody Graham in fourth, Greg Boydell in fifth. Joseph Mossau in sixth, Stephen Bixler in seventh, Jacob Mossau in eighth, Roger Craig ninth, Bill Calder 10th, John Rayner in 11th, Colin Johnson in 12th, and rounding out the field, Jeff Kemper starting 13th. So like I say, we do have a bunch of different cars out here tonight. It looks like they got the Asphalt Late model out front. Hine and Bowie are in those. We got the SK modified. Next, we got 3 guys in that: Greg Boydell, Cody Graham, and John Krupa. Then we have the street stocks: Joseph Mossau and Stephen Bixler. Then we have the legends, which have the most tonight: Jacob Mossau, Roger Craig, Bill Calder, and John Rayner. And Colin Johnson and Jeff Kemper rounding out in the Toyota GR86. That's a car that I really don't have much experience with, but I imagine, another front-wheel drive car, and probably going to get around here pretty comparable to the street stocks, I think. Maybe not have the bumper to use like the street stock, but I imagine the speeds are going to be pretty similar here. As the pace car pulls off, and we're going green here. John Hine with a big jump on Bowie. And meanwhile, Krupa, they're splitting. They're 3 wide already. Oh, Bowie tried to hang on to it, but we're going to have a caution right away. Oh, and he drove up over the sand mound. I think we may need a tow truck. Oh, no, he's going to get it off. But now, see, the difference here, and, he's going to have to drop back in line now, but the difference between this and the last race, it's being asphalt. Caution laps count. So he's going to be going a lap down there, but we're going to get a replay here. It just looked like he didn't get the best start, and then he realized, he was trying to let the guy by on the bottom, and then before you know it, guy up high, and a little too fidgety and just lost it. Just trying to stay out of the people's way, doing the right thing, but it just cost him. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down and run your own race, but we're going to go on board in the buoy machine here. Yeah, he just got really close to that left rear, floated up a little bit. It just got a little scary there, but it can when you're racing on track with 5 different cars. We had guys in our interview talking about it after the last race. Some of them were looking in the rear view almost just as much as they were out front. You really got to be aware of what's behind you, and it adds a whole new element when you're running these Hawkeye races. But here, I think maybe as we come around here, the start-finish line, I believe we'll be getting the 1 to green. But John Hine with caution laps count. Or wait, no, I think I said caution laps for counting. I don't believe they are. Okay. My racing thing's telling me lap 1. Weird, but all right, as lights are out, so as we go down the backstretch here, John Hines going to be ready to lead the field and wants to get a good start because he wants to keep as many of those modifieds in between him and that other late model as he can. Pretty spacious start throughout the field. You have Krupa did float up a little bit, left a little hole for Cody Graham, and we do have a battle for the lead of the SK Modifieds here. Not much of one. I think Krupa realized it's probably best to just slot in right now. He's looking low on John Hine here. Yeah, so it looks like actually, yeah, looking now, the ticker has updated, so we've gotten confirmation. Caution laps aren't counting tonight, so Bowie's going to be just fine. He won't be. As we have a caution, another caution come out. Not sure who was involved yet. It's looking like maybe Roger Craig in the 747 here. Yeah, I think we're seeing the aftermath here. He was already around trying to find a place to go there. Yeah, you see, just I'm not sure if he maybe got some help or if he just lost it coming out of turn 4, but he just got sideways coming out of turn 4. From the rear bumper of the 747. And yeah, you see, he just slid right in between the bumps, missed pit lane, and lucky the caution came out when it did. I think may have came out before it cost him a lap. But when the caution came out, looks like John Hine was still in between those SKs, so that's what Cody wants to see. I mean, his teammates running there in third, well, second in his class, and I don't expect too much bumping or anything from those guys. It should be pretty clean, but it's always nice to have a little buffer in between you and the guy behind you. Looks like we're going green this time by. They shortened it here. They're going double file here quick. And we're off. Cody Graham leading them to the green here. We're gonna see if we can't bust out a long green flag around here, boys. John Hine just trying to slot in there behind him. Oh, maybe use the nose a little bit. Didn't expect him to lift so early. That's gonna bring up Boydell here. Boydell's gonna get, oh, and another caution's out. Another caution is out. It's like maybe John Rayner in the 302. Not sure what happened there. We'll pull up a replay, bring it back for you guys. Oh, wow. Just lost the rear end coming out of turn 4 as he made that hard cut to like make the arc for turn 1. He just lost the rear end. That's the first time we've seen that here tonight. I didn't even see that happen to anybody in practice. Going on board with him here. And, you know, we're just probably checked the throttle there and goosed it up a little bit. Yeah, you see. Okay, so he checked it up there for that late model, and he lost it a little bit once. Saved it for about half a second, and then it looped back on him again. So that wreck started a little bit earlier in the corner. But good job of not involving anybody else in that. It looks like here this time we're going to get the 1 to green here, and we will be double file because we got more than a lap in this time. So anxious to see here if Boydell can clear John Hine quick, because if Boydell wants to do anything against those teammates, he's got to go get them quick. But we got meanwhile, you know, we do have Moosehow. He's leading the street stocks, and Moosehow is Jacob is also leading the legend. So we got the Moosehow boys leading their classes here again, and then it looks like Kemper and Cullen, albeit at the back of the field, they're side by side for the lead of their class right now. As Cullen just clears him coming out of 2. Yeah, we got battles going on all over the field here. And it's neat watching the cars there in the back. You know, they're pretty similar on speed. But as we go back to the front here, John Hine really making that work and maybe drove it in a little deep. Can he save it? Can he save it? Looks like he does. He's going to have to take it easy now because those tires are definitely going to be hot after smoking them like that. And if he looks in his mirror now, Bowie's recovered a little bit, and he is not right behind John, but he's the next car behind John. So may have a battle for that before this race is over. Looking up here through the field, we got Cullen. And just as I start talking about another battle, we got another caution out here. Got Bill Calder around. I'll pull up a replay for you guys here. Yeah, it looks like Rayner is passing him there. And Bill just gets a big run in the middle of the corner and just makes a little contact with him, and they both go around. Bring you another angle of it here. Yeah, if these dogs keep wrecking each other, there's going to be no bones given out at the end of this week. Going on board here, Bill Calder here. It's a little loose there coming out of turn 4, and that's where you saw Rayner really clear him, and Bill hooked it up there on the bottom, and I mean, he did a pretty good job there holding that white line, and maybe Rayner came down a little bit and just didn't expect Bill to come that fast, because after he gathered it up, he really got the momentum back and made it eat in the middle of the corner. Still, lights are still on here, so I believe the next time we come around, we'll be getting 1 to green. But like I say, a lot of battles throughout the field, and right now our leaders for our class is Cody Grahams winning the SKs, John Hines winning the asphalt late models, Joseph Massow is winning the street stocks, Cullen Johnston is winning the Toyota GR86s, and Jacob Massow is your leader in the Legends. Going double file here as we get the 1 to green. Just noticed too, not sure if John Hine pit or what happened there, but John Hine is now in the back of the field, so Jim Bowie is leading the asphalt late models here. Oh, big. Lot of cars around here. Going into turn 1 here on the restart. Wow. Parking lot over there in turn 1 and 2. Looks like they're trying to regrow that grass too. That's not where you're supposed to park, boys. See, Roger, he gets a run, and I mean, 4 wide. It looked like John had to, I mean, he's obviously in one of the faster cars here, and being in the back of the field, he was on the bottom, and I mean, can't really go 4 wide here, so not just running out of real estate. We're going on board here, the Bass Man. The only Legend car that wasn't involved in that wreck was your leader, Musso. So that shows you want to be out front. It's scary being in that little tin can. You get bounced around, as you see there. And we're going on board of John Rayner. Expect to see, yeah, you see in his mirror there, you see the 71 come up real quick, and I don't think he expected John to get that big of a run, and he was already there, and he kind of just turned down into him, and I mean, John's trying to make up as much time as he can, as quick as he can, to get back up to the field and battle Bowie, so that's going to happen. We do have, the lights are off, but they're set to single file now, I believe, after maybe the cautions are going to settle the boys down a little bit. So we're going to be going green right now. Pace car is off, and we're firing on Cody. Green is out, and Cody Graham with a great restart. 3 car lengths going into turn 1. Can't ask for a better restart than that. A lot of racing going on there at the back. John Hine trying to work the high side in the faster car there. Just nowhere to go. Just nowhere to go in these Hawkeye challenges. Really test your patience here. Oh! Oh my God! Jeffrey Kemper. Somebody check on that man. Wow, we're gonna have to look at a replay on that one. A lot of stuff happened there, and I believe maybe 2 different wrecks there. I'm gonna take a look at the Chapman drone there. Yeah, it looked like. So originally Hine in the middle there, and this Legend on the bottom. It just looked like floated a little bit up, and I think John did a pretty good job of holding the middle, but just ran out of room there up top and bounced back down into Kemper, and now Kemper gets a free ride in the ambulance. Yeah, slow motion here. You see it hits that open wheel tire, and it almost like bikes it up in the air, and you just see him hook it, right? And there's nothing he can do to save it at that point. He's along for the ride. We're gonna go on board here with the Bass Man here. There, yeah, he's just up high, nowhere to go. He just got caught up. Nothing he could really do. I feel like he gave plenty of room. Just maybe the guys below him didn't give him as much room as he gave. So he's just a victim of circumstance there. Yeah, I think John Hine, he might need a new security detail if the Salty Dogs come after him, because they might be mad at him after tonight. Yeah, I think John might have some payback coming for him in that Enduro. But we'll have to see. I'll have to go out there, and I'll get out of the booth. I'll have to protect him out there. Keep the dogs off him. But I do believe we're going to be getting ready to go green here. I think they were trying to extend it to let Kemper come out of the pits there, save him on a little bit of that tow time. Didn't expect anybody to flip out here tonight. But doing a good job of letting all the boys race. I see it's getting extended again. So, yeah, we're going to make sure everybody's out there on the track, and we're going to go out there and put a good show on. Hey, what's up out there, Joe? Thanks for the compliment, and glad to see you out there listening, and glad to have you watching, man. Can't wait for you to come back next season. We're definitely looking forward to have you back there, especially I need my drafting buddy on the asphalt side. So don't hold me to this, but I think we're going green this time. Yep, pace car is off, so Cody Graham will have him at the line, and once again, phenomenal start. He's been doing great asphalt starts all year. That's why he's won most of the championships in our asphalt divisions, but got a lot of good battles there going on. Greg Boydell passing for second, trying to get by Krupa. But, it's been a long race so far, but not really. We've only had 16 laps, so these guys still feeling like Superman on them tires. So get a long 20-lap run in, and they're going to start to feel it a little bit. But right now, they should feel like brand new right now. Looking back here at your street stock and your John Hine passing right there actually, and Bowie around, no caution. Oh, Kemper off. Oh man. Oh my God. No caution either. Wow. But meanwhile, back up front. And Krupa is trying to find a way back around Boydell, but Mossau there, he's your legend leader right now. And we actually have 3 leaders there on the screen at once. We have your street stock leader, your legends leader, and then Colin Johnston in the Toyota. So we have your 3 leaders there, and it's neat seeing they're all running pretty similar times. You know, Cullen could probably get up there and try to push on him, but they're buddies, and why? Why force the issue if you don't have to? It's good, smart racing at this point. But we do have a battle for the lead here. Getting held up behind the late model. Oh, contact! That's got to bring out a caution. Yeah, okay, there it is. Just Boydell really trying to use the lap car as a pick and trying to get Bowie to get up out of the way so he could get the bottom, but I mean, they're just fighting over the same real estate there. I'm going to try to pull up the aerial cam here. You know, looking at it, it just looks like, yeah, I mean, he sees the leader try to go high there, and he just sees his chance, and I mean, Bowie just closed the door. It was there, and then it wasn't, and you know, that was his chance to go for the lead, and I can't blame him. I'd probably do the same thing there 10 out of 10 times. So, I mean, you get your chance to sniff, you know, like Ayrton Senna says, you're not a race car driver, you know, if you're not going for the gaps. I mean, you got to go for it. If you see a gap, you got to go for it. But yeah, riding on board here with GJ. I mean, he sees him go up there, and that's his chance. And it's there, and then it's not there. So, I mean, he's just going for it, and he's driving hard. Can't blame GJ for that one bit. I'm also I'm hearing rumors that the SK Modified guys may be short on gas. So, okay, yeah, it's looking like they're maybe going to go in here and try to top off. Maybe we had a little bit of setup issues with the gas, so they're going to have to go in there, and it looks like maybe that's not going to cost Greg Boydell as much as we thought there. But yeah, looking like they're coming in there and getting fuel. And it looks, oh yeah, Krupa, he's getting tires. So Cody did not take tires. Krupa took tires, and may matter. I mean, I'm definitely, if I'm sitting in the driver's seat, caution laps don't count. I am getting tires 100% because it doesn't matter if, as you see right now, the pace car driving past John Krupa, and not going to affect him one bit. Want them new sneakers every day of the week. So we're going to have to see. They're really going to have to test their patience here. We've seen John Hine struggle getting back up through the field, and about to see those SKs do the same thing here as John Hine leads them off. Big jump for him over his street stock competitor. But once again, the top 3 guys, all in it, and now the top 4 guys, all leaders in a different class. Or top 5, actually. Oh, contact Jim Bowie into Roger Craig. Oh, man. Big mayhem. Big mayhem. You put the fast cars in the back, and, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Pull up a replay for you here. Going the Bass Man. He's in the middle 3 wide between Cullen Johnson and Greg Boydell. And Jim Bowie, just big run, and I mean, kind of a case of what he did to Greg there on the last caution. Just, you know, didn't think the car in front of him was going to close the door, and right when he got there, the door got closed. So, just a product of different speed cars. Get a different camera angle here. Going back to, oh, John Rayner. Just got a little loose there. Come up and collect it. I believe maybe that was Cody Graham. But the caution's going to save him there and won't cost him a bunch of time. But slow and steady, boys. We're going to have 27 to go here. So let's behave. Let's settle down. Hopefully they're listening. Got a long night of racing left here. Still got the 87s coming up at Daytona next. So make sure you stick around for that. Believe we're going to go single file this time around. Maybe have them settle down a little bit. got another SK that's got a, I guess, yeah, GJ, he didn't pit the last time around for fuel, so he's going to pop in for his fuel. It doesn't look like he's changing tires either. But Krupa, I mean, he's got those fresh tires, and he's got a significant gap in between the cars in front of him, or I mean the other cars in his class. So going to be really hard to make up the difference for those other guys with his new tires. So getting the tires is really going to pay off, I think. But the lights are off here, and John Hines looking to bring him back here to the green flag. John with a good restart. I mean, definitely got the horsepower advantage, but good restart. Enough to really draw a gap from the rest of the field. Looking back here, got Cullen there on the outside, and got the SKs trying to just find a way around. They're clearly faster. I mean, we had 4 wide there for a second. Wow, good racing all over, and that's going to be for the lead of your modifieds there too. So, oh, Cullen getting a little trouble. Can he gather it up? Did a good job of gathering it up, and I believe Jeff Kemper's, I think, called it a night. He's been in the pits for a while, so Cullen, he's just got to gather it up and finish here, and he's got himself a win. But we got the Moose Man here leading the street stocks. We got Bixler getting, almost in the middle 3 wide there. Bowie backed out of it. Maybe going to try to go in here on the bottom. Play it smart. But back up front in the SKs, we got Krupa, Cody Graham there. I guess maybe tires didn't pay off like I thought they would. He's really rolling that thing. Greg Boydell there, passenger street stock leader, trying to come up here and catch Krupa and run around for second, but we're at the halfway point. We got 24 to go here. And John Hine, pretty convincing lead there. Bowie, it looks like, is a lap down, so something bad's going to have to happen to John for him to lose this thing. He's just got to bide his time and be patient here. But yeah, looking at lap times here, Graham consistently faster. I mean, just the horsepower advantage and handling advantage. Oh, we got 3 wide. Cullen really nowhere to go. He did a good job of holding his line there in the middle and preventing an accident. It's a good job by Cullen. John, you got to wonder how hard is he going to push the issue here. I'm kind of surprised he didn't let him by here. Oh, Rayner in the wall, and we do have a caution here with 20 to go. Pull up a replay and see what brought that up. So it looks like coming out of turn 4, yeah, he just drifted up. Not sure if something happened, or if he just tried to drive it in a little, or drive it off a little too hard, but he just never really came out of it, and it was gone. I mean, if you look at that logo on the steering wheel, he's got full wheel into that, and, you know, not seeing the RPM gauge drop at all. So, I mean, he's banging it there. You just see it come out a little bit, and by that point, it's gone. So, I mean, definitely a little too late to save that. But I guess just trying to see what he can get out of it. But yeah, so looking over here at let's give you a quick rundown. Cody Graham, he's winning the SK Modifieds right now. John Hine is your leader in the asphalt asphalt late models. Joseph Massow is your street stock leader. Jacob Massow is your legend leader. And Cullen Johnston, barring a miracle, because Kemper is 12 laps down, Cullen Johnston will be your winner in the Toyota class tonight. But we're going double file here, and we'll be going back green here this time by. There, Krupa is really going to have to be aggressive here on this start and try to get by Hine if he wants to give his teammate any trouble here. just didn't get the start he needed. Hine was able to clear him and drop down. And, you know, you got to wonder if that's going to, if we stay green here, if that is the deciding move, because, I mean, that's going to cost him at least 3/4 of a second here getting by, and that's a lifetime to make up here on a real short track. So he's going to have to get by and really use those tires to his advantage and run hard. But as you see, he's cleared him, and Greg Boydell now looking on the bottom. And John didn't really put up a fight there, no point. Masao just trying to behave himself there in the legend car. Just knows he's the leader. Just got to make sure he doesn't get ping-ponged and try to keep a couple cars in between him and the second place in his list. Bixler, we're looking at him. He was starting to catch up a little bit, but he's just looks like maybe those rear tires are starting to get a little mad at him. He's getting a little loose there in the middle of the corners. Looking there at Roger, he's really letting it eat up top. But back up front, Cody Graham, really quick. Jonathan, Roger, it looked like. And we had seen him really hang it out up high. The corner before, right there, before we switched cameras, and yeah, gotta wonder if he just was carrying too much speed off the corner and just lost the rear end. Yeah, he's up there, and I mean, there's just not a lot of grip up there. And if you go, oh no, and then he kissed the wall a little bit and got over the embankment, and that was it. Yeah, Cody Graham, he may have to put on a new pair of underwear after this. He been dominating the whole race there. That slide in front of him had to be a quick scare. But people like John Hine and, well, both Moosehows really, you know, got a couple gaps in between them and the other cars in their class. They do not want to see these cautions. They just gives those guys a chance to tighten back up and jump somebody on a restart. They just want this to stay green and stay single file, you know, that as much as it's boring to say, when you're the leader and you're not in the fastest car, you know, you just want to stay single file and get this thing over with as fast as you can. You don't need any more excitement. But we still have lights on the pace car, so it's going to have at least 2 more times around here before we go green. Once again, guys, after this, 87's at Daytona, so make sure you're sticking around. That'll be, I know these last two had a lot of cautions in them, but this next one should be really exciting. 50 laps at Daytona, 220 mile an hour in the old 1980s cars. It's going to be a blast. But we do have the 1 to green here as we come out of turn 2. We'll wait for the pace car to pull off, and we'll see if Cody Graham can hold off his teammate here in Greg Boydell. He's been getting good jumps. And once again, got another great restart. Ooh, Boydell backed out of that. Kind of surprised he backed out of that there. Would have thought I'd force the issue there with 14 to go, but good smart move by Greg. Meanwhile, we got one legend. We got Masao helping his other relative there, but we got races here. Those legends we see, they're battling for the lead. If Bixler can get by Masao, and you know he's going to be battling for the lead in these street stocks. So coming down to it here with almost 10 to go, we're getting some racing on our hands. Meanwhile, as we get Bo, he bounced into Bixler. It looked like. Just threw him the right side, no caution. So that, if Bixler doesn't get a caution here before he goes a lap down, that could really hurt him. Gotta wonder when the caution came out, because if he wasn't scored in front of the leaders, that could really hurt him there. Go back and get your replay here on the caution. Yeah, it looked like Bowie just drove it in a little hot there. Maybe thought he was going to carry in the speed to clear Bixler, but Bixler was there and just got bounced off there. Lucky it wasn't worse there as he came back on the track and almost got Krupa. It was a good job of avoiding him there. Now, for the first time in a long time, Musau has a lot of pressure. Roger Craig is going to be lining up right behind him, and this will be for the lead. So we'll probably be showing you guys a little bit of this battle here as we progress, because nothing against the guys up front, but Graham's kind of been dominating, and Hines all by himself up there, and it looks like this is where the battle is right now, boys. But yeah, coming around here, we still have two to green, so drivers get a little bit more time to catch their breath. Hopefully, think about behaving themselves, and maybe we'll get to finish this out under green here. Definitely have had a lot of good racing and a lot of good action. It's just so tough when you get 5 different cars of different speeds, and you don't have to work on the car all week if you beat it up. That throws a lot of the carelessness out there, but it's been a lot of good hard racing, and we'll see what we can get here for the lead. I'm anxious to see Masao now in that Legend. He's going to be stuck up top, so if Roger can get a good start here, this is going to be the best chance he's had to compete for that lead. He was able to drop down in behind. Roger's right there with him. He is definitely not letting him get away from him. He's trying to hook that wench up and get him to pull him around here. And he's getting pinched down by that lap car, so ultimately that's affecting his speed a little bit and helping Roger pull one up there. He's getting a real good run in the middle of the corners. We have a battle here for second in the SKs. Got Greg Boydell looking under Krupa. Oh, John Hine went off track. It looks like he was able to stay in front of Bowie. Roger Craig for the lead. The Bassman looking under Musau there for the lead. That was a great pass. I mean, he's been really hooking up in the middle of the corners, especially coming out of 4. I mean, you saw him there a couple laps ago when he got in that accident. He was really testing it coming out of 4, seeing how early he could get in the gas and float it up there, and he is really making hay out there. Cody Graham with a almost 2.5 second lead there in the SKs. It's a big lead for him, and Bixler trying to get out of the way there. Cullen Johnson trying not to get in the way either. It's real tough when you're out there in those slow cars, but we've got 4 to go out here. Still, Roger is he pulled away from Musau too. He's got him by over a second now. So if this thing stays green, it is looking real good for the Bassman. Meanwhile, Cody Graham lapping John Hine. Oh, Boydell spun out in the pits. Are we going to get a caution? No, it doesn't look like it. He's in the pits, so it's not going to register a caution. We're here 2 to go. Cody Graham is just crossing his fingers this thing stays green. I mean, he's got a football field in between him and the guy behind him, so he just needs this thing to stay green here. Cody Green getting a white flag here. Well, 50 laps here in the Asphalt Hawkeye Challenge. Coming to the checkered flag. Cody Graham is your winner here. John Krupa going to finish in second in the overall, but your winners here are going to be Cody Graham, John Hine, Joseph Musau, Roger Craig, and Cullen Johnston. So congratulations to those gentlemen. That was a good, hard-fought battle there for Roger Craig, too. He came out of nowhere after having a lot of trouble there early on and really made the car work at the end. It was a good run for him. Just wait for these guys to get up here in the waiting room. Go ahead and pull in Cullen Johnson up here. Hey, Cullen, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Well, hey, man. You and Jeff were putting on some pretty good moves there, and then it looked like Jeff just had some bad luck and decided to call it quits there. But the early half of that race, you guys were running real hard. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I think it was some pretty good racing there. I just wish he didn't run into some issues, and it would have been pretty fun towards the end there. But I kind of found a little something that I didn't see in practice that helped me pick up a couple tenths a lap there in the race, so that helped too.
Yeah, it seemed like, I mean, obviously, different styles of cars clearly, but it seemed like you, the Legends, and the street stocks were, I mean, pretty similar. Did you feel the same out there at speed-wise?
Yeah, I felt like the street stocks were quicker down the straightaway than both of us. And then as tires were, I felt like my car was actually quicker than the other ones, just I couldn't pass. So we were kind of just all stuck in a line.
Well, hey, man, congrats on the win. You going to run the 87s here at Daytona next?
Yep, I'll be out there in a Buick here in a little while.
Well, cool deal. You got anybody you want to thank on the win?
Yep, Team Watson Racing Setups, Wild Goslin Racing, and Roger and everyone who puts on this league, as well as is it Abandoned Cat Rescue we're supporting this week as well, so with them as well.
Hey, great job, Colin, and thanks for shouting out the charity too. Class act, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Cullen Johnson, your Toyota GR86 winner. I think we're gonna bring up the Bass Man here, your Asphalt Legends winner. Hey, Bass Man, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, how you doing, Zach? Good, doing a great job tonight, buddy.
Hey, appreciate it, bud. Dude, you came out of nowhere. It looked like you had a little bit of issues there, but you really figured out the car the last 15, 16 laps. And I mean, dude, you ended up beating him by, I think, like a second and a half. You really turned it on. What'd you have out there?
So what it was is I saw the mods come in for fuel and realized like I could come in and maybe get new tires. I came in on one of the last cautions, and I think that was the difference. It was I couldn't believe I was catching Jacob. I could catch him all night long, and then I passed him like he was tied to a pole. So the tires worked.
Yeah, I didn't notice you came in and took tires, but yeah, that was a smart call because I was talking about it on the broadcast here when I saw some of the SK guys get tires, and I noticed like I think Greg is like one of the only ones who didn't, and I think that ended up coming back to bite him. You could really see the difference there at the end. But got anybody you want to thank on the win there, Roger?
Well, yeah, I got to shout out to my Salty Dog buddies. They're awesome. We have a riot in the room, and so I think I'm a double sticker winner tonight. I've got. I didn't get a gold bone because there wasn't 5 of us, but I got one of these new feature stickers. I was gonna have a Bob the Good Semi one just so I could see what they look like, and now I'm gonna get one. So that's awesome, man. My week's made.
Well, hey man, you earned it. You drove good and you drove hard there at the end. And like I say, you really turned the wick on. So congratulations, man. Are you gonna run the 87 race here next?
Oh yeah, that race last night was awesome, and I can't wait to get in this next one as well. So big shout out to you guys, and I want to thank my wife too, who lets me do this all the time. So really appreciate it.
Well, hey, thanks, Roger, and hopefully I get to talk to you again here after the 87 race.
Yeah, and get well, Marty.
Roger Craig in the 747. Your asphalt oh my God, I'm spacing here. Asphalt legend car winner. All right, now we got Joe Mossow here with your street stock winner, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, 2 for 2, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna run the 80. You said you're gonna run the 87s, right? You're gonna go 3 for 3.
Yeah. Oh, I doubt it. I haven't driven one of these things in many, many years, so we'll figure it out though.
Hey man, everybody else is gonna be doing the same thing. So you're one of the best asphalt guys we got. I wouldn't put it past you. But tonight, looked like you had fun out there in the street stock. I mean, it seemed like I forget who said it, but it seemed like you had a little bit of straightaway speed advantage. But then the Legends and the Toyotas would catch you there in the corners. Did you have fun racing out there in the pack tonight?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. Yeah, the thing was a rocket down the straightaway, but in the corners, it's just a big bucket of steel. She just wants to go wherever she wants. So I try to keep her pinned down to the white line as best I could and just ride my race. And hopefully I didn't spin out or wreck. So that was the major plan, and it worked out. So like you said, 2 for 2. Hopefully we can go 3 for 3, but we'll see.
Yeah, man, 2 for 2. That's pretty impressive. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Fast Eddie's Hot Rods, Main Street Auto, the GKM boys, you guys for a great broadcast, and Coast to Coast for a great league.
Well, congrats on the win here, Joe, and hopefully you make it 3 for 3 here.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Your street stock winner here in the Asphalt Hawkeye Challenge. Gonna bring up my boss, John Hine. You got Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. You look pretty fast out there tonight. You know, you definitely gave those. You made those SK guys work for it. You did a good job of having them be picks, and I mean, Bowie was struggling getting through the field, so you did a good job of keeping guys behind you and really making him work tonight.
Yeah, those cars could corner a little better than what mine did with those big wide tires and whatnot. I had a little more straightaway speed, but you know, it's fun to get in those cars. I haven't driven a Super now in a few months, so I like those cars. You got to kind of wheel them and get off the gas. So it's kind of a driver's car, I think. So we're able to make the most of it and bring home a W.
Yeah, man, you looked fast out there, and you definitely gave those boys a run for their money. You got anybody you want to thank?
I do. I just want to say thank you to all my Gambler teammates. They were pretty supportive when I took some time off and welcomed me back with open arms. It's great to have that around you, and the same with the league and Roger and them guys. The same thing. Gave me some space and welcomed me back. It's good to be back, and you know, I just want to say to anybody out there that might be struggling a little bit with depression and whatever, just never be afraid to reach out. You're never alone. And you know what? I reached out, got some help, got me out of a dark spot. So I think if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Hey, man, that's strong words of advice, and everybody's been there, and I can speak for everybody, Gambler. We love you, and we're glad to have you back, man. Congrats on your win tonight.
Yep, thank you.
John Hine in the number 71, your Asphalt late model winner tonight. And last but not least, we'll bring up probably the, maybe not the best, but I mean, arguably he's got to be top 2 or 3. Some of the best asphalt we got. Cody Graham, you got a copy?
Oh, I do.
Well, hey, man, you looked fast out there tonight. You know, I mean, Krupa was running behind you, but it didn't look like he had too much for you. I mean, even I don't know if you noticed, but I don't think you didn't take tires when you pit, did you?
No, I just took fuel because I forgot that you know, on asphalt, even when caution laps don't count, you still burn fuel, and we actually had more than enough to make it. And then a couple of those yellows, I looked down and we were like 8 laps short, and I was like, oh boy. So yeah, I went in. I didn't think about taking tires. He did. He actually had some speed. I just think trying to either get around some people or maybe he just burnt like that extra, you know, 2% off when they're really, really fresh and you're really good. He probably just used them up getting around, you know, some of those cars, which helped me.
Yeah, I was really impressed because him and Greg, I'm pretty sure, got tires. So the fact that you were out there holding them off on the, I mean, you know, you had only done like what, 20 laps, but still, I mean, running through all those heat cycles, you did a real good job of keeping the tires in check and being real fast tonight, Cody. You got anybody you want to thank on the win?
Yeah, you and Marty for doing the broadcast tonight. You know, that race is a blast. I just wish we got a couple more green flag laps just because, you know, things are getting wild. And it'd almost be cool if we had it for a regular series for a whole 12 weeks, just because, like I said, it's really fun, maybe a little bit longer, so you could really get like some strategy and some racing with some of the slower ones in. But Roger and the guys for putting the league on, the charity week, and, you know, my teammates for always having a fun time.
Well, hey, man, I've been talking you up all night as one of the best asphalt guys we got. So you're going to be here in the 87s, right? You're going to represent?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely. I'm just gonna turn my force feedback down so I don't break my wrists and pray for the best.
Well, hey, Cody, good luck, man, and hopefully I get to talk to you again here.
All right, thank you.
Cody Graham, your overall winner and your SK modified winner. He did a good job out there tonight of keeping it clean, and even after the pit stop, you know, had to work his way back through the field. So it's a good job by Cody tonight. But We're going to be going to break here, and when we get back, we'll have the 1987 stock cars at Daytona for you guys. So stick around.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olson, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
And we are back for the final part of Monday Night Madness. We're here at the 2.5 mile Daytona International Speedway, and we've got the 1987 NASCAR stock cars. For anybody not super familiar with these, they're hitting even by themselves. 203 to 205 going down the backstretch. Going into turn one, and it is impressive. No restrictor plates on these bad boys, and it's not like the other cars. You do have to lift here a little bit, and as the fuel burns off and your tires wear down, that right rear is going to get real slidey here tonight. So we're up for some interesting racing. We ran these last night, and we didn't have too many cautions, but a fair amount. We're all trying to experiment with these as this next season, we're going to be running these full time. So anybody out there watching, make sure you join Coast to Coast. Go to our website, c2crl.com, and we'll be running these on Tuesday nights. But, once again, we can't forget, while we're here Charity Week, supporting the Abandoned Cats Rescue in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And like they say, save a life, adopt an abandoned cat. Make sure you adopt, don't shop. Too many pets out there who need homes, sitting in cages every day. It's a good cause, and if you feel like supporting, the PayPal link is available to the organization on c2crl.com. So feel free to go there and find the link and donate as much as you'd like, little as $1, as much as, $1,000. They'll take anything they can get, and it goes to a good cause here. But, we should be getting ready to roll here any minute into qualifying, I'd imagine. We've got 20 cars out here, so almost double the amount we've had for the other shows. And going to be full throttle, nonstop here. Going to see a lot of cars probably get tore up here, but a lot of good hard racing. So going to have to test the driver's patience, and hopefully they wait to start mixing it up until we got about 10 to go here. And we'll see some green flag pit stops tonight. Hopefully they do limit the fuel on these. So unlike real life, they don't run a full load of fuel. They cut the tank of fuel in half. So probably see them get around 17 laps, something like that, if we'd go green flag. So definitely keep an eye on that. And I think they just advanced here, and we're going to roll into qualifying. But here, going into qualifying, one thing you'll notice too, watching these guys as we see them take laps, we found out last night, in the modern NASCAR cars, if they go out there and run 2 laps, if they aren't fully taped, sorry if you hear my dog barking, but they normally hug the wall there the first lap. But with these, having their restrictor plate off, you don't really need to serve that momentum up. You can pretty much go for it and try to go for it on lap 1, and if you mess up a little bit, you got the speed to carry it again in lap 2. But here riding around, we're going to be following the 71 here. We'll see what he does his first time around. That guy knows probably a little better than me. In here, I'd imagine, yeah, he's going to keep it up here. Oh no, he's going to just run the middle. Maybe doesn't want to get too close to the wall. Make sure he doesn't rub it, because these things, you see, they look like shoe boxes. You get them real close to the wall, it'll suck the air off of it. They don't want to go right up into that wall, so he's not willing to go for the risk here. He's going to run the bottom. It looks like, yeah, he's going to go for it on 2 laps here. Going to just try to be as smooth as you can. And these, you're carrying so much speed and they're so much bouncier, you really don't want to be right on that yellow line unless you're trying to block the guy behind you. But you just want to hang about that foot and a half off. And see, riding in car here, that's what he's doing, carrying 207 mile an hour. That's fine. Modern day NASCAR and qualifying, they're probably lucky to hit around 190 by themselves without the draft with the restrictor plates on. So see John really pumping in time. You see his time come up on the board. Looks like Cullen Johnson, he went purple. So Cullen Johnson, he's going to have the pole. John's running second right now. So you see Jim Bowie come across in third. Terry Landis coming across in fourth. They're all updating now. And let the ticker update here. Looks like Preston Cramner in second. Bob Light, one of the asphalt ringers we have around here. He's probably one of the best road course drivers I've ever raced with. Coming up in third here, real close time. We'll see what he's got. Yeah, even better lap for Cullen on lap number 2. He's going to increase that gap a little bit in his pole time. Jeremy Tate taking number 1 overall there. The 44.22. Bob Light. Oh, wow. Bob Light coming up. This time's look pretty close there. 0.05 of a second. See him riding these in-car cams. They are just so fast. You see him. He's running a little lower than John here, so I'm going to be anxious to see this time. But you see the bumps really affect you more, and that can really cut down on your time. Cody Graham coming in P3, hitting 208. Really finding all the speed there. That's Steven Spies about to cross the line. We'll see what he's got here. He's going to be in 9th right now. We've had 15 of our drivers put in times so far. Bill Calder out here in the Pepsi machine. He ran this scheme last night. Bill is really, he's trying something different. He's really hanging up in that middle. I'm anxious to see his time here. I don't think it'll be as fast as the other guys, but we'll see here. Yeah, no, second lap's going to be slower there. We got Tim Chapman out here. I think, looks like, yeah, he's going pretty slow here. I think he just pulled out for his warm-up, or for his first lap here, so see what he's got. Oh, nope, never mind. Missed the time. But here we go, guys. We're going to go 50 laps here tonight. Let me read you off the grid here. So we got the front row. We've got Jeremy Tate starting on the pole. Bob Light starting second. Cody Graham starting third. Cullen Johnston starting in fourth. In row 3, we've got Mike Cramner in fifth. John Hine in sixth. Row 4, we have the Bassman starting 7th. And Terry Landis starting 8th. Row 5, we've got my Gambler teammate Steven Spies starting 9th. And who let the dogs out? Joe Canellis starting 10th. We have Steven Bixler starting on the inside of row 6. Preston Cramner starting 12th. Jim Bowie starting on the inside of row 7. And John Krupa coming off here 14th. Bill Calder, your last qualifier, is going to start 15th, and it'll be rounded out by the non-qualifiers here. So we'll go Joe Mossau 16th, Jacob Mossau 17th, Greg Boydell in 18th, and Tim Chapman in 19th, and Jeffrey Kemper to round out the field. So as we sit on pit road, just a reminder, guys, remember that they only run that half a tank of fuel. So if we can get 16, 17 laps here, maybe we'll see some green flag pit stops. That would add to a lot of the excitement. Okay, now actually that I'm looking at it, I'm dumb. It was 16 laps last night at Talladega, and of course Talladega and Daytona aren't the same here. So it's looking like we're going to get in a little over 20 laps here. So probably at least 2 pit stops. Maybe if we get some cautions, Guy can try to extend it here and go for 1 stop. But these cars, they really do, unlike modern NASCAR, you kind of abuse the tires here. And if people haven't practiced pit stops, if we see green flag pit stops, no ABS. So, you know, it's a lot different boiling down in there to pit road. So guys hopefully have practiced, and we're going to see an interesting race here. But I think definitely, you know, guy to watch, John Hine. He won the truck race last night. Won these at Talladega last night. So he definitely was fast, and he did a real good job of hugging the wall, and that's something that's really hard to do here. But if you want to have speed by yourself, you really got to get as close to the wall as you can if you're trying to fight against those guys in the draft. Sounds a little counterintuitive to go the furthest way around, but when you're running right up against that wall and it helps take air off you through the corners, you can really pick up speed coming out. And I happened to run in a public race one time with Bobby Labonte, and it was probably the coolest race I've ever seen. I watched him pass pretty much the whole field by himself in one of these cars against the wall. It was pretty amazing. But as the pace car, we're coming around here, pace car is going to pull off, and Jeremy Tate's going to lead us here to the green flag. Pace car is pulling off. And Jeremy Tate is going to lead us off. Pretty good starts throughout the field. Looks like we did have somebody think about peeking 3 wide there in the middle, but they stem back out there to double file, and Jeremy Tate's going to lead them off into turn 1. Another thing too here that, you know, can bite you as the leader. I mean, if you're a NASCAR watcher, you know this. You don't really want to pull off to a real big lead, or you're going to give them a super tow coming on by you. And we're seeing it now with Bob Light, and nobody can really get to the back and help Jeremy to help him keep there. We'll see if Bob, no, he's going to hold the middle. He's not going to force the issue too early for that. Jeremy did get a little bit loose there in the middle of the corner when Bob came down in front of him, took some air off the front end, and Bob Light's going to lead lap number 1 here. You know, that's going to be another thing too. If they do sense this thing is going green, Bob Light is a smart racer. You'll probably see him not lead this whole thing, because if you're out front, you got all that air pushing on your front end. You are burning up gas. You're that second car in line. You get to sit there. You run half throttle a little bit going down the straightaway. And just to say that, John Hine, my guy to watch, is looking for the lead here. As we have a caution out. Oh, got a lot of them. Got a lot of them. But that's Daytona. I mean, if you get a wreck here, you're going 200 mile an hour, not a lot of time to react. And luckily, since it's charity week, running for the Abandoned Cat Rescue, got unlimited repairs tonight. So those guys, barring going a lap down, they'll still be in it, and still plenty of time to come back. Krupa just looked like got a little loose on entry, and just, I mean, that was a wild ride. Just went up there and nailed the fence, and then just rolled and rolled. Looks like Tim Chapman got caught up in it. Mossau got caught up in it. Bowie coming up. Let's count these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4. 3 full ones. What a ride. Hopefully he wasn't in VR. But that'll settle us down here for a little bit. And now, you know, you're gonna make me wonder here. track position isn't a super big deal. Yeah, you're going to see some guys there in the middle of the field. That's what I would have thought. Dive down into pit road here, because if you're going low under 20 laps, why not come in and get some gas? Draft track, go in here, top off, and then if you get lucky and this thing goes green, I mean, you guys run together as a pack, and you come in, as we see, looks like Preston Cramner getting a little sideways in the pits, locking up the brakes. But, you're going to see those guys hope this thing stays green, and they can one-stop this from here. Preston might. Yeah, he made it out there. I thought somebody's going to have to give him a map, but he figured it out. I think he's trying to stay out of everybody's way to not pull in. That's the smart move there in case they pulled out. But these pit stops are so long in this car, you got to wonder maybe where the pace car is, because if he's going to get tires, hopefully he doesn't go a lap down there. But with the pace car there being in the middle of the backstretch, we should be okay. He should be okay, and it looks like he'll have plenty of time there. 4-tire pit stops in these things are around low 20 seconds, I believe, in the old school cars, so he'll have plenty of time there. But Cullen Johnston, he's been a guy in this league. He's consistently up in the top 5 in these asphalt races, and he's showing you why. He qualifies good, just runs smart. It doesn't push the issue. If a guy's looking low on him like John was earlier, just let him have it. And I think John was just about to take the lead there before the caution came out. But we'll have to see how, when they get the 1 to green here, if he chooses to start on the bottom or the high side, and how good of a start he gets if he can clear John. Looking around so far at our top speed chart, it was Cullen Johnston on his march to the front. He was at 190, so didn't really get up the full song yet. But I'm sure we're gonna get there. We'll be seeing close to 210, I'd imagine, before this is over with. A car pulling in the draft, trying to get some time up. If they fell back about a second, we'll see some real high speeds here tonight. The lights are off on the pace car, and I believe we just had a little bit of a admin error. I think they were set up for single file restarts, but we're going to manually put them here double, and we'll be going green here this time by. Really anxious to see, you got 2 real experienced guys up on the top. They're patient, but they both like to be up front, and I'm real anxious to see if Bob Light and John Hine hook up here. They could be real fast if they decided to work together. Meanwhile, you got guys like Bowie and Krupa just hanging out in the back, trying to just bide their time. Hopefully after that first wreck they were in, they be patient here and get through this and stay clean. But I do like the fuel strategy that the guys back there on. I think they're where you want to be right now to draft track. I wouldn't mind restarting 12th or 13th to have 4 laps extra gas. But here as we come out of 4, pace car will get ready to pull off here as we go into the tri-oval, and Cullen Johnston is going to lead us to the restart here. And the green is out. Good jump by Cullen. Was able to clear John. John tried to force his way down. Looked like Cramner did the wise thing, backed out of it. Didn't want any issues there, and going to let him slot in. Wise move by Cramner on the restart. Only 5 laps in. No reason to push the issue. Meanwhile, that's the tandem. Oh, man. They were thinking about going 3 wide there for a second, but they wised up, and there's Bob Light pushing John Hine to the front. So with those guys, I warned you guys they could be real fast together if they decide to run up high because you get two guys pushing each other real well. The high side's where you want to be tonight. Oh, we got a car in the fence. Got Steven Bixler in the fence. Somebody hard into the inside wall. Oh, Kemper hard into the wall. Got to get a caution for that. Oh, wow. No caution for that. Talk about a heartbreak for Kemper. He has had a rough night tonight. Oh, oh! Oh! Oh, my God. Moss Salzoni's lid. Rolled back over. Holy crap. Oh, look in the infield. Oh, Jeremy Tate. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's got to remind you of Ryan Preece's a little bit. Wow. All right, so we're going to rewind back. We're going to go back to, I guess, looks like Kemper. He just got loose out of turn 4. Not sure if he got help, tried to avoid somebody, but real hard into the wall, and it's a shame. Probably blew the motor, had to tow, and oh, man. Kemper had some hard hits tonight. Real hard hits tonight. He's got to... All right, now we're going to try to sort out this mayhem. Looks like Cullen maybe got a little bit of help. Can't tell if he came up on Bob Light or not. But just you see him go, and then, I mean, believe it or not, him getting turned at 180 miles, he may have got the least of it. Even though he was the original. Oh, Roger Craig. Wow, he missed it. Good job, Roger. Wow, the Bassman. Terry Landis. Oh, nowhere to go. Oh my gosh. We gotta take a look at Jeremy Tate's rod too. Oh man, it looks like he's gonna make it. Oh, and then just catches air, and I mean that's why they don't run these cars anymore. They were famous for catching air under them and going. I mean, it looked like he was going to make it through, and somebody just caught his left rear. Steven Spees nowhere to go into the side of Terry Landis. I mean, just Steven Bixler. Oh man. Oh, Bixler. Oh man, look at him. Come on, Steven. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Yeah, baby. Way to go. Man, that's the mayor right there. We're gonna take a look at Bob Light. It's like, yeah, he did. He was originally caught in that turning of him, and he's definitely gonna have to come in here and pit. I mean, a lot of those guys were anyways for gas, but Joe Massa, I believe we're gonna see him go for a ride here. Yeah, I believe we had someone else flip up against the wall. Oh, it might have been Mike. Nope, just a hard turn into the wall. But wow. Chaos ensued, and that's what you expect for a wreck at Daytona. I mean, we still have the lights on the pace car, so I'm going to go ahead and try to run it back and look at this one more time. Oh, man. Jacob in the Valvoline machine. Yeah, it's almost the case of the same thing that happened to Tate. He thinks, you know, I made it. He's saying to his spotter, and he just gets clipped in the rear end as he's trying to go through. But Jeremy Tate, it looks like he's going to make it, but doesn't realize he's got Bob Light and I believe that was Cramner there. You know, he's got 2 cars under him, and there's only spot for 1 car, really. So, I mean, there's just nowhere to go. But we got, maybe some people didn't pit here. Maybe they did. I'm not too sure here, but we got a new leader out front, Preston Cramner. So we got 4 people that stayed out there. Preston, or 1st through 4th, top 4 stayed out. So gonna have to see how long they can go in fuel. They're probably maybe hoping for another quick caution because those guys, they have not pit yet. So. As we cycle here into turn 3, we're going to be going green here this time by. So Preston's going to be firing anytime he wants in that Geico restart zone. But once again, like the last time, that leader, it's a fine art. You know, at these restrictor plate tracks, not like in that dirt race or in that short track asphalt, you don't necessarily want a half a second jump or a 3/4 of a second jump because that's just all the more head of steam they get coming down on you on the backstretch. So anxious to see how this goes, and it looks like there's a big spot between him and Jim Bowie. So looking like he may be bait here for the people up top. We get the green flag here. Yeah, not a big jump for Preston here, and not really much help behind him. So we'll have to see what Krupa and John Hine can do on the high side here. Plan to maybe see John Hine try to get some draft off Krupa and maybe try to go for this lead himself here. We got a man where they're all sliding around. 3 wide going down the backstretch. John Hine just trying to hold that bottom, bide his time. Krupa getting a big run on the outside there on Preston. Oh, and that's where the big run came from. Picked up the gas a little too early. Good job of saving it. That could have... Whoa. Wow, wild wreck. Wild wreck in the back. Kemper again. The guy can't get a break. I mean, he better go down there and sign that part of the wall. We'll call that Kemper's part of the track down there. Meanwhile, we got a big race up front. They're going 3 wide for the lead. Oh, in the wall. Keep it, boys. Oh, big wreck. Big wreck. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, that may have been a friendly nudge to get him back on the roof. Oh, wow. Poor Kemper. And he towed again. He just, hey, enough's enough, I think he said. And then, oh, man. This one got ugly fast. And then, you know, I'm not sure who hit him over, but whoever did, I think Krupa owes him a Christmas card because I think he would have had to tow there. Was on board with Canales, now we're on board with Joe Musau. He was the one who, so okay, he went in there and gave Krupa a present, flipped him back over. That was nice of him to do there. You'll see teammates do that with unlimited quick repairs. But Krupa, I mean, we saw it in every big wreck here. If the car gets sideways at 190 mile an hour, I mean, that's what's going to happen. I mean, he slid probably 150 yards on this roof. Stephen Big. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if he wasn't aware of them wrecking up front or if he just maybe thought he could fit on through, but geez, that was a hard hit. You'd feel that one tomorrow. I guess we got 4 guys staying out again. Meanwhile, Steven Spies, John Hine, and Tim Chapman in the top 3. They're going to be sitting all in the Gambler Motorsports chat, so probably trying to think of a way that they can hold this down for a little bit, maybe keep the front and hope that they stay green and pit together. So, I mean, that's pretty common of 3 teammates to stay out there and try to work strategy together. So we'll have to see if it ends up helping them. But pretty much regardless with these cautions that we're in, or we've been having, if we're going 23, 24 laps, it's pretty much a one-stopper for everyone from here if they want it to be. So going to have to see how that plays out. But you're seeing some guys, you know, when they carry too much speed through 3 and 4, we saw it a lot last night, get in the wall. And as you beat up those right side tires, you're gonna feel that much more. I mean, this is a place where you're gonna see 4-tire pit stops under caution, but under green, man, I couldn't see it happening. But we'll have to see. Lights are still on in the pace car here, and as we go by this time, I believe we'll be getting a 1 to green here. And this is, I think the Lucky Dog's trying to work his way through here, right as they're going double files. Not sure what's happening there. Getting chaotic out here under caution. Guys diving every which way. But save the excitement for green flag here. Coming down the backstretch here, I'm sure Hine and Speed, I'm sure Speeds is begging Hine to count down that restart for him so they can slot in and try to hook up. As I think that's going to be their best bet if they can stay hooked up at the front and run the high side like John did last night. I think those 2 are going to be really, really tough to compete with, especially with Tim Chapman there behind him pushing them. But we do have so far, I guess, your biggest mover is going to be Tim Chapman. He's gone from 19th to 3rd. Got a lot of racing left, but up 16 spots and 15 laps. You can't ask for much more than that. Bill Calder up 10 spots, 15 to 5th. So you're seeing a lot of guys moving throughout the field here. Right here, rolling out of turn 4. You're going to see the guys rolling about 70 mile an hour, waiting for that pace car to pull off, just crawling. And as soon as John gets in that Geico restart zone, you're going to see him fire. And that was the restart the top 3 wanted. I mean, can't ask for much more than that. And you're seeing it 3 wide already towards the back of the field. You're going to see they're going to try to line up, and this is something they're going to try to check out if they can. Really hope that the guys behind can't line up and try to check out. I mean, Steven is all over that bumper. The 71 really helping him carry speed down the backstretch. Oh, Cody Graham. Oh! Laying on all 4, Cody. Laying on all 4. Maybe he'll get some help here. He is still... Oh! Oh, that ain't right. Where's Grand Theft Auto car dynamics when you need them? You just turn that wheel to the left, have it roll right on over for him. Man, that's a tough break. That could, you could put that on a skateboard highlight. Yeah, it just looked like, I mean, Mike Cramner, I mean, it just all over him coming out of the corner. Not sure if Cody maybe got loose or something. And I mean, we were noticing last night at Talladega. I mean, you even get close to someone, you suck the air off that rear end. You know, it's easy to go around, but it looked like it may have been a little more than just air there. It may have had a little bit of contact. But Cody Graham, I mean, you see him just slide on the side of the car for. Yeah, it looked like he definitely got some help there. Tough break for Cody. You just see him waiting for a savior to come in and knock him over like Krupa had, but nobody home. Yeah, I mean, you could see the wheel there. It was fine. He didn't break loose or anything. And all of a sudden, he definitely got help. So I don't think that was a case of air. Let's try to take a look at the rear bumper camera here of Cody Graham. Yeah, I mean, that told the story. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to be in the other person's radiator with the rear camera, so just got a little too close for comfort there. May have got a big run on him in the middle of the corner and just didn't crack the throttle enough, but Cody definitely had some help there. But those three out front, they love seeing that because just helps their their fuel strategy with them not pitting. It helps them go longer, and then whenever they do have to pit, don't have to go as long as they would have on that set of 4 tires, because that's the only thing I see that could really hurt this group up front if they have to go too long on the last set of tires, and that right rear is really washing out on them those last couple laps. But we'll have to see how long they can make this tank of fuel go. Have to see here if we get another quick caution. May try bringing one of them guys up in the booth here under caution and talking to one of them. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna try it. We're gonna pull up to 55. Hey, Steven Spees, Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Zach.
Well, man, you got the 3 Gambler boys up front right now. What kind of strategy you guys looking at? You trying to one-stop this from here?
I imagine we'll have a chance for some yellow flag stops here still. So these things are tough. This track's bumpy. We're just going to follow this fast chicken right here and see if we can stay in front of the trouble.
Well, hey, man, he showed last night he knows how to get it done. So I think that's a pretty good plan. You stay behind that 71 and go try to get 2 on the podium tonight.
Let's see what we can do. Long way to go, though.
Well, hey, thanks for joining me up here. Good luck, Steven.
Thank you, sir.
I'm try and pull one more up here. We're going to try and pull one more up here. Hey, Cullen, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, I got you.
Well, dude, a pretty wild race so far. You just trying to hang on and bide your time?
Yeah, just kind of hanging out, trying to hang out in the top 5 or so and hope that's a safe spot to be.
Yeah, I feel you there. Man, I don't know if there's any place safe to be right now, but you're looking good out there, and hopefully I can talk to you here at the end of the race. But you got any? You gonna try to one-stop this from here? Any ideas? Are you think about that at all?
I don't know. The tires do definitely wear in these here, so I'm not 100% what I'm gonna try to do yet. But just kind of play it by ear based on what happens the rest of this.
Well, hey, man, go get them, and let's see what you got here.
GKM is where I was at.
would not have been where I sent him. So it was good ask there, Marty. Good save. Well, we're doubled up here. Pace car getting ready to come out of turn 4, and I'm anxious to see if the Gambler boys get that good start that they did last time, because definitely helped them out for those first 2 laps. And I think with the way the cautions have been rolling, they definitely want to get that jump and just try to keep them 3 up front for as long as they can. Yeah, you see those 3, they get a really good jump again here. Tim Chapman is a really good run. Gonna try to maybe look low here. Is maybe lifting out to get in line. Nope, gonna look low here and see what he's got. He's gonna have some help coming. It's a ways back, so I don't know if it's gonna come in time for him, because Steven Spies is gonna suck up onto John Hine here, and they're gonna try to go, and they're gonna pull down in front here. Number 3 wide going in. Oh, Mike Cramner, good save, buddy. He got some help, rode up the wall, did a good job of rolling out and keeping it out of the fence there. That could have been bad. Seeing the top 5, just be patient, just line up. Some of those other guys behind the front 3, guys like Cullen who did pit earlier, they may want this to. Oh, John gets a little loose. Oh, no caution. He kept it going. No caution. Oh, how is there not a caution there? So many cars slow. Phew. Anxious to see if this thing does stay green here, if John can nurse it around in. Meanwhile, we got Steven Spies up front. Going to the bottom there. Let's have Tim Chapman up high. We'll have to see if he's going to kind of float to both sides and pull both of them and play it safe for him. Tim Chapman, it didn't look like there. He got a little bit of help from Steven, but didn't stay behind him. Looked like he was going to be aggressive there and try for it. So we'll have to see how the front battle plays out here. John Hine finally making it in the pits here. We're going to see him probably go a lap down, but he'll be able to fight for that lucky dog position for sure. Bill Calder is around, and I don't think they're going to like you entering the pits like that. That may be an iRacing black flag. Meanwhile, Tim Chapman, I believe, in the wall. He kept it out. Yeah, Spies and Chapman have both looked like got in the wall there. They both dropped back. But, well, just got to be patient here, single it out, and keep on rolling. But Cullen, I think you're just seeing him run that middle. He doesn't want to run the bottom too bad. You heard him. Oh, big wreck behind us. Big wreck. Yeah, you were hearing Cullen, though, like I was saying, talking about the tires under the last caution. And you're going to see guys like him that are smart, know they don't have any pressure. He's going to run that middle line. He's not going to bind the wheel down. Going to really try to take care of that right rear tire and not put a lot of heat into it. Looking at Jeremy Tate, that car is pretty tore up. I'm going to go back and look at the replay here. That was Calder looping around there. I think, like I say, just different brake package than we're used to in the other cars for sure. And I think you're just going to see him go in there, and he just locked it up a little bit and tried to turn left while he was basically like, hydroplaning kind of. And, you got to keep the wheel straight whenever you're doing that, or when it catches, it's going to turn on you. And Jeremy Tate with just nowhere to go there. I believe that's Roger Craig in front of him, just without his number on him. But yeah, somehow Roger got loose, came back down. Yeah, you got to wonder if maybe just eating up the right side tires a little bit and just pushing it too hard in the middle of the corner, and when it catches, it goes. Sadly for Jeremy Tate, he was there. Boom. Nowhere to go. But we finally had a decent run there, but it looks like got it cut short. Probably had around like 8 or 10 laps, but that was a nice run. And coming we're at the halfway point. I'm kind of surprised that you didn't see everybody pit here, because at the pace we're going, You know, 26 laps to go here. Pace we're going, you're going to make it on gas if we get 3 or 4 more cautions. So I would have been pitting here for sure, and I think that's the move here. Yeah, you saw that view there on pit road. Everybody, cars all jacked up, I think, there, except Preston. Preston, it didn't look like took tires unless he only took 2. But I'm taking tires every time under caution for sure. I mean, a guy like Cullen's bringing up tire wear, you know it's there. Yeah, so looking right now, there is the tire mapping, so you can see how long they've been on what set. Right now, your closest up to the front is Bob Light on the freshest tires. So may see in 5 or 6 laps, you know, if he's up behind one of them, sucking the air off those guys. That is going to matter. The tire wear will matter. But now, like I was saying for the Gambler guys, you had the Gambler top 3. Keep it while you can. Now, you know, you got the GKM boys. They're all hanging out down there. So you got the GKM in the top 3 right now, and I'm sure they'll have a Gambler strategy. They'll be counting down that restart. They'll be trying to get the big jumps here and do what they can. Looking back here, I'm anxious to see John Hine. He did go a lap down in that accident, so he'll be running 17th. He'll just try to keep that nose clean. And for anybody who doesn't know, if you get an incident point or any contact point in a caution, you're not eligible for the lucky dog. So he's definitely gonna, I'm sure, try to maybe hang out at the back, but at the same time race Bill Calder to make sure he gets that lucky dog in case there's a caution. But gonna see the guys double up here right now. Cullen's gonna take the bottom, and we're gonna see Jacob Massau leading the outside row. And I mean, if I'm Jacob Massau, I love being on the outside right now because not many better pushers in this league than that 77 car. He really knows how to drive these restrictor plates. They're not even just restrictor plates. He can drive anything. It's concrete. Guy knows how to get around. It's fast guy behind you, and watch out for those two. As we coming around, I believe we'll have 24 to go here whenever we get the green. So realistically, those guys that pit, they may be able to make it. It is going to be really close. It's going to be really close. Let's go ahead and obviously a lot can change Daytona in 10 laps. So new biggest mover right now, we're gonna have Jacob Massau. He didn't qualify tonight. He started 17th, and he's gonna be up here in second. So plus 15, nothing wrong with that. It's good showing from him tonight in a car that he told us in the interview that he wasn't real comfortable with. So he's showing his asphalt talents. He's showing he can wheel anything. As we're rolling up here into the trioval, pace car is going to dive off here, and we're going to have our start on the leader, Cullen Johnston. Good jump for him. But also a good jump for Bob Light, who stayed pretty close to that car in second, but he's going to dive down. I guess no aspirations of passing his teammate this early. Bob's going to have to do it by himself. Oh, maybe a little contact there. Just as soon as I say that, bumps his teammate, gets him a little uncomfortable. See how big of a run Bob Light can get coming down here. He's going to give him a big push, and he's not going to get any help down there on the bottom, Massau. He's going to get freight train. Meanwhile, I got a car in the fence. Keep her straight, boys. Keep her straight. Good job. Mike Cramner did a good job of straightening it out. Just getting familiar with that turn 4 wall there. It's real hard to not be that, want to be aggressive. Oh, Steven Spies and Preston Cramner. Oh, it's not, they're not done. And that's what John Hine wanted. Hey, John Hine is going to be your lucky dog candidate. I would imagine, you know, even maybe those guys who pit last time just come in, top off gas. I expect a lot of the field to come in because from here on out, they should be good to go. Yeah, not really too sure what kicked that off there. Yeah, just looking like at that point, maybe Steven was maybe trying to come up on Preston going into the corner. Tough to tell from that angle, but it's definitely led to another one. There's one of the smaller wrecks we've had of the day, but tore up a couple race cars. Oh, Jeremy Tate, man, he's had a rough night tonight. Him and Kemper really been eating the walls. Meanwhile, here we'll pull into these guys here as they come out of turn 4. I have to watch the pit road challenge here. See who's gonna dive on and not. It's looking like the leaders are gonna stay out. They maybe want the new tires at the end, just gonna wait and go at the end. Wow. Really surprised we only had 4 guys dive in because, I mean, barring only one caution from here on out and it extending it into overtime, man, I expect these guys to make it because if we get 2 or 3 more cautions and then even an overtime, I believe they'll have saved enough gas to make it the rest of the way. So I think these guys, got to watch out for these guys. Steven Spies, another one. Yeah, he's caught up in that wreck, but may turn into a good strategy for him here, being able to pit. You're going to see Bixler here try and win the race off. Yeah, going down the backstretch here. Looking right now, we got 21 to go, so we'll probably restart here with 19 to go. And like I say, those guys who pit there, I think they're the guys you want to be right now. You know, obviously unlimited quick repairs, guys are coming back out, but some of them are getting frustrated and just staying in there. And you know, we are starting to dwindle down a little bit, so may see that one real long green flag run here, and I wouldn't want to be out front caught with my pants down right now. Here going through the tri-oval, we should be getting the 1 to green here. Yeah, we're gonna double them up here. Really anxious to see. You got to keep an eye on guys like Joe Canellis. You know, good to have him back. He's normally always up there towards the front here in this last set of the run, and I mean, right there he is creeping in the picture. And you know, those guys, they can make it on gas now, and guys like Cody Graham, you know, you can't ever count that guy out. One of the best we got in here. So, I mean, watch guys like that to move to the front. And, you know, if one of those guys go by you, it's time to say yeehaw and hang on, you know, try to latch on for a ride. Down here, let's give a quick lead lap check. Right now we got 17 guys on the lead lap. Preston Cramner is going to be your last guy on the lead lap. We got 2 guys 2 laps down. Jeremy Tate and Bill Calder, and then Kemper, I believe he called it a night after meeting that wall twice. He had enough of that. So we got 17 guys there on the lead lap. Rolling in here, we'll have 19 to go when we get the green flag. So plenty of time for the guys to back there. They just got to be patient and try not to be part of the wrecks because, I mean, within 10 to go, obviously you can do it, but you don't want to be in the back. I mean, you have to put the Superman cape on if you're back there with 10 to go. So as we come down the front stretch here, pace car is going to dive off before we enter the tri-oval. He's off in the pits, and start's going to be on the leader, Colin Johnston, with a great start. Really going to pull Mossau with him. Got him right on him, right where he wants him. I mean, that's the start you want as a leader. You want that guy in third, right on you. Now he's going to go up. He's going to play both sides. He's going to give his teammate a little help, but they're going to cycle around. Maybe they're thinking about saving gas a little bit. Maybe thinking about rotating teammate spots. Because they like to say, they want to make sure they don't have to pit under green because those other guys, they can go. So the other guys are smart. They play it patient, and even if you have to single file for a little bit, make those other guys pit, get positions the way you can. But was the guy Mossau? Good save there, getting in the Mike Cramner and Roger Craig. I have no idea how they saved that. Wow. Johnston with a big lead, doggy. Jim Bowie, that couldn't have been the caution. Oh, there's it. Yeah, there it is. Wow. Well, you saw him save it once going down the front stretch. Couldn't ask for it twice. Let's go back here. We'll get a replay for you guys. Oh, not sure what happened there. If maybe Cramner came down or Roger came up. Maybe we'll be able to tell if they. Oh, yeah. So that was prior. It looked like Cramner got in the wall a little bit, and I mean, good save by both of them. And as we let it roll out here, this looks like they're running side by side. I don't know, maybe Mike came down a little bit. It looked like Roger held that pretty good. Guess we're on the onboard with Mike Cramner here. And down over, down over. Yeah, it looked like maybe wasn't happy about the little contact in the middle of the corner, and looked like he maybe turned down a little bit, but that's these cars react different when they're going that fast, so you never really can tell. But I imagine we're going to see the leaders pit here. I'd be shocked if they didn't come down and pit here. You're seeing them come in. Monkey see, monkey do. For all those guys back there, I wonder where the first guy is going to stay out. I'm really surprised those guys who had pit with like 25 to go ended up coming in. They must have thought, maybe they'd need the tires beating them up too bad because I would have thought they could have made it on gas and would have played some strategy there. But See guys like Preston Cramner, he stayed out. He had pit the last time, and it's really going to mix things up here. And he's going to be the only one. He's going to feel like he showed up to the prom without a date, I think. There. We'll have to see. Yeah, we're gonna bring in Preston Cramner up here. Hey, Preston, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I got.
Well, hey, man. You think you got enough fuel to go the rest of the way?
I'm chancing it. It's going to be real tight. I'm probably just a touch short now, but I think based on the way things have been going, we're going to have a handful more cautions, and hoping that'll get me there.
Yeah, I happen to think you're right. When I mean, you kind of had to come in and pit because you got that damage with Spies, but I said on the broadcast, man, I think that's going to work out for you guys. I know it seemed gloomy there for a little bit, but I think you guys, that happened at the perfect time to where you guys can stretch this out, because I think you guys will get maybe 1 or 2 more cautions here, and have to see if you can hold the boys off.
Yeah, I probably owe Spies an apology for that incident. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Probably just a little bit of a racing deal, but certainly didn't mean to get into him. And yeah, actually, I don't know if anybody saw it, but I came back around with 1 to green and topped off on fuel just to try to get a little bit extra. So doing what we can here. We'll see if we make it.
Well, hey, man, you're definitely racing with your head there. That's smart driving and trying to do what you can for track position. Good luck here, Preston. Hopefully you can hold them off.
Yeah, appreciate it. We'll see.
Yep, go get him, bud. That's Preston Cramner in the 07, your current leader, and you know, that's somebody I never even thought to bring that up, but that's something I did last night at Talladega, and you know, you see guys like that thinking, you know, if you pit, if you already pit under caution, you're allowed under NASCAR rules to come in with 1 to green. And if you're already at the back of the field, why would you not come in and top off for that extra half gallon, you know, quarter of a gallon? Because, I mean, hell, that could be the difference for him tonight. And if he ends up winning this thing, you know, he could be talking about that in victory lane. So we'll have to see if he can hold them off. Hey, Jacob, Zach in the booth, man, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, hey, man, you're really trying for that 3 for 3. You're in second right now. You think you got anything?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping so, but once you get out front in these things, the draft pulls the boys close behind you. So hopefully I can throw some blocks, but hopefully I get a better start than Preston here and can pull out the lead.
Cool deal. Real quick before I let you go, is fuel going to be an issue for you, or are you good to go?
I'm good to go.
Cool deal, man. Well, give him hell and go get it, Jake.
Thank you.
It's Jacob Mossow in the 61 car. He's running second. But yeah, you know, like I say, I've been talking him up all night. He's really good, and he's here when it matters. Here with 15 to go, we're gonna have 14 to go here when we get the green. So, to see if you can give Preston any trouble here. And you know, Preston said he owes Spies an apology, but Spies is in 4th, and Spies didn't hear that. So you got to wonder if he's got any help there with Steven Spies, or if the top line's going to work against him here as we go green. Pretty even start there for the field. You know, that's what happens when you don't have teammates counting it down for each other. Pretty fairly even start, double file throughout the whole field. As we see Tim Chapman try to force his way down, clip the apron a little bit, but saved it. We see Steven Spies, big run on the outside, pushing Mossow. I'm not sure if he's not going to have the room to clear Cramner yet. He's got Cullen up top behind him, so looks like, oh, nope. Cullen not happy with running there. He thought about making it 3 wide, but ducked back up in line. Now he got in the fence a little bit. Good job of keeping it up there and not coming back down the track in front of the field. As we have 13 to go here. Getting real exciting here. C2C Monday Night Madness. Got Mossow leading the field. Cramner with a run, looking on the inside, but Mossow's going to go down and protect. Spies is going to drop back in line in front of Landis, and he's just going to probably try to bide his time here. And as I say that, he goes up high. Looking to push Mossow. He's now in second. Is he going to be able to clear Cramner? Doesn't look like it. So you're going to see. Oh, I'm hearing some tires squealing. Good save there. And oh, right as I said good save there, I thought I heard the tires stop squealing. Big wreck in the back of the field, Mike Cramner. Not sure if the and Jeremy Tate again. He's met that wall that Jeff Kemper's met about 4 or 5 times. Poor guy can't catch a break. I'm gonna pull up a replay here. Oh wow! So it looks like maybe John Hine and Greg Boydell were already real slow somehow, and somehow Mike Cramner went inside of Greg Boydell's car there for a second. Might be an NC-17 broadcast tonight. Yeah, definitely not sure what happened, but you see Hines a little already squirrely, and Cramner. I didn't look like he had much place to go there, you know, carrying the speeds they carry. Oh, geez, that was just the aftermath. Tate thought he was going to make it through, and the poor guy gets caught up again. Telling you, I've said it once, said it a million times. He can't catch a break tonight. Oh, geez, it went right inside of him. There. The hitboxes on these 87s are wild. Tate, there's another case of this guy. It happened to him earlier. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. No, I'm not. I mean, nothing you can do at that point in time. You don't expect, you know, if he thinks he's got it recovered and he thinks he's good to go. John Hine, wow. Look at that wheel, man. Amazing he saved that after being punched again. Bixler goes up. Oh, hits both walls hard. Hopefully he was able to keep it going and didn't blow the motor, but I saw some smoke there. Roger, yeah, he just couldn't keep it up in the wall and came back down. And tough break for Jeremy. Really tough break. But makes things more exciting. Gonna have less than 10 to go here when we get to start, so definitely gonna make them work here. If I don't care where you're at in the field, it's if you want to win, it's time to go now. So cautions may not be over yet. Definitely looking forward, though. You know, people out there watching, like you say, if you're interested in running these, you know, we're not just going to be restrictor plate racing. We're going all around. You know, feel free to go out there, hit up c2crl.com and join us. Always looking for new members, and you know, we do a lot to help out. Like right now, if you're watching, it's Charity Week. You know, we try to do it a couple times a season, and a couple weeks ago we did a Knoxville Nationals. And for anybody into sprint car racing, you know, you definitely want to be a part of this league. We do a lot of fun stuff, and we get together as groups, you know, meet up, go do things. So definitely a good tight-knit family around here. See the guys getting ready here. Roll out of 4. They'll be getting 1 to green as we go this time by. So I believe we'll be restarting here with 9 to go. Just under 10 laps. But got guys like Steven Spies, you know, involved in that wreck earlier with Preston Cramner. But like I said, ended up working out great on strategy for those guys. They're sitting 2nd and 3rd, and, you know, they're right where they want to be. And guys like Terry Landis, out of nowhere in 5th place. You know, he's running the back most of the day, but just coming up when the time matters. And anxious to see how those other guys try to fight off those guys, because they're hungry for it. You know, they're not always up towards the front in these asphalt races. Like guys like Steven Spies, he doesn't even run these a lot. And, you know, when he does, he's hungry for it. He wants it. So he makes you work for it. But we're going to see the guys double up. Mossow's going to take the bottom here. Preston Cramner's going to go up top. And Preston, you know, he needs a good restart, needs Cullen to stay with him, and that's asking a lot considering him and Mossow are buddies. So anxious to see how this goes. They're the only 2 in the top 5 that are teammates. So I'm sure they're going to be trying to link up here at some point. But if you go back and look at the track records, you know, at where we've been when we've run at Daytona, no, granted different cars, but same concept. You need a teammate, and you got to work good together. See the Moose Out boys. I mean, they're normally run 1-2. Jacob and Joe. You know, they're right in the top 10, and you know, they want to link up at some point in time, and I'm sure they'll definitely have the chance to do so. Yeah, Joe, he won the other night with the next gen car. So I mean, they're definitely they know what to do, and they know how to put the car up front, and they're there when the time matters. Here, rolling out a 4. Pace car's getting ready to pull off into the pits. Here's we get ready to go through the tri-oval, and you're gonna see the Moose Man really try to get a good restart here. Try to pull Steven with him. He got a good jump, maybe a little bit too good of a jump. We'll have to see how big of a pull Steven gets on him here coming out of turn 2, and if he thinks about passing him going down the backstretch. Yeah, we're going to be single file, top 5 guys, so you're going to see guys branch out here and try something. You're going to see Steven look, and you're going to see Cullen Johnston go with him. Going on board right now of Bob Light. Over to Steven Spies here. Looks like he's... Nope, not going to clear him at the line. Big wreck in the back. John Hine, he lost the wheel. We're still green. We're still green somehow. But they're not done wrecking. Or are they? What a save by Krupa. Man, meanwhile, we're double file for the first 3 rows up here front, almost 4 rows back. Oh my God, coming up on a lapper. Hold your line, Bill. Good job, Billy. Oh, seeing Steven climb up. He's really, those tires are going to get angry at you running full throttle on the bottom. But he's really trying to make it work. But I just think if you get those 2 guys lined up top, you got the teammates lined up top now like they wanted. It's going to be real tough to beat. Speeds is going to give it all he has here. Riding on board, Terry Landis. Oh, he went in there and drove it in too hard. Oh, wow. I think the only person to make it through that was Tim Chapman, my dad. The front 2 were the only 2 to make it through that unscathed, I believe. 15 cars in that bad boy. Wow. Just Steven Spies. I mean, you know, when you're running teammates in a charity race up high, you know, you got to go in there and hang it out. And that's what he did. It just, going looking back at John Hine. Did his best Jeff Kemper impression there. Yeah, teammates there, Gambler Motorsports. Did he keep it rolling? Was it able to? No, he had to tow it. I was wondering if he was able to keep it rolling with that other caution, but doesn't look like it. But just, wow, look at this chaos. Oh my gosh, Joe Canellis. Oh! Oh, they are done in the back. It just keeps on, the gift that keeps on giving. Rex at Daytona. We're going to go real time here. Oh, man. Crews are going to be working hard under this caution. Riding on board Cody Graham. We're going to go on board to Cullen Johnston here. Oh, just meets. Cody said hi to him. Oh, Jeremy Tate can't buy one. He can't buy one. He thought he was safe again and under brake Cramner ended up getting loose and coming up the track. Man, Jeremy Tate, oh man, unluckiest guy out here tonight. go on board with Mike Cranmer here. Yeah, you're going to see him. We just saw it. He's going to lock up here, and he's just going to get loose as he touches the apron. And that's all she wrote. On board with the mare. I mean, just know where to go. Yeah, Preston Cranmer. We know Preston's going to make it on gas now. I assume he's going to come in and fix that thing. Now, you got a new top 3 here. Let's pull this up here. I always get there. So we got Jacob leading, and then we got Tim in second, and then Joseph in third, and Greg Boydell in fourth. That's a top 4 we have not seen all night, and we got guys like Tim Chapman 19th to second, Jacob Mossau 17th to first, and Greg Boydell 18th to fourth, and hell, Joseph Mossau too 16th to third. Everyone in the top 4 has gained at least 10 positions. They're just, playing strategies right and surviving accidents. But definitely for everyone out there, if you didn't listen last night or don't know, Tim Chapman is my father. So I will try to keep this bias down, but he's got a son rooting for him right now. He hasn't won many races in this league, and he's got himself in his good spot to try to win one here. Going around, we're going to have 4 to go this time. I don't believe we're going to get the 1 to green here. Still going to be, or no, yeah, okay, lights are off, so we're getting the 1 to green. So we're going to be restarting here with 3 to go. So not wasting one of the green-white checkered attempts. We will have 2 of them if we need them, and knock on wood, but I think we might need them tonight with the way the boys have been racing, but we'll have to see here as we get ready to go back to green. Now as they're going down the backstretch here, I'm sure the Moose boys are really, really trying to time this restart down. They want to try to, I'd imagine, get up high. We've seen that high line prevail whenever you've got 2 people pushing. And, I mean, Tim and Greg, from what I know, they're not very familiar with each other, haven't worked together that much. So they want to take advantage of that and take advantage of the lack of knowledge, that those guys have of each other. And they're going to probably be a little less aggressive than those 2 can be with each other when they push each other all the time. That's, one of the top tandems in this league, and they're familiar with finishing 1-2 in these restrictor plate races. It looks like we're getting flashbacks of the other night too, in our championship finisher. We had a restart with 3 to go as well, and it did finish under green. So hopefully we don't need that green-white checkered, and we can finish out here under green. Says we're coming out of turn 4 here. Boys are going to watch the pace car dive off here, and going to be firing in that Geico restart zone. Jacob with a good jump. Tim with a good jump as well. Really hung there on the outside. Not much help from behind, though. So he's going to have to hope he gets a little bit of help. Yeah, he's really, really doing what he's got to do. You got to pinch that guy in second, or that guy on the bottom down if you want to get that good run. And he's putting the faith in him, and he really pinched him down. Trying to get a big run here as he cuts him off and goes into second. I mean, Tim's right where he needs to be. You need to break those 2 up. But those 2, like I said, they're going to the high side like they wanted. So it's going to be hung out now, but we're going to have a big close. Oh, we got a car sideways. He saved it. Jimbo. Oh, Joe Canella's in the fence. Looks like we are going to get our first shot at a green-white checkered here. First attempt at a green-white checkered coming here. It looked like they had it saved, but just too much going on with too little laps left. Everybody's trying to go for it now. So, I mean, you're going to see paces close up. Big hit for Cullen there. Gonna try to go a real-time replay here. Oh, yeah, Cullen just got shot in the back there from Bixler as he was trying to check up, and he went in the wall hard. Good thing the motor didn't blow, and he got to keep going. And wow, you got to wonder the nerves going through the boys up front. You know, you think you're coming around two to green. You're hoping you can get that one more lap and just have it finish. And now here you are. You got to pace a little bit more. And I can't really remember what lap those Mossau boys pit on, but I mean they should be good for gas. They pit on 34, so looking at the marker, they should be good on gas here, even with a green-white checkered with those cautions. It shouldn't really affect them here. And, you know, we talked about it at the short track there in the Hawkeye Challenge. And not, you know, you're not getting it so much here, but these guys up front now, you know, that definitely you can't blame them for not pitting here. But they are going to be a little slicker. Those tires, they're going to feel a little slicker here as you cycle the tires. You go from hot to cold, staying out here on these same set of tires. They are going to feel a little slick here, you know, if they get some air taken off of them. And it's going to be the time people got to hang on because, I mean, if you're in third here, you're trying to push to the front. I mean, you're not lifting if two guys get in line in front of you, or vice versa. If you're fourth outside, you're going for it. You're trying to force your hole. So it's time to go, and we aren't going to see anybody play nice anymore. Definitely don't count out guys like Steven Spies. You know, Bob Light, yeah, he's in ninth, but he can do. I've seen him do crazier things. Cody Graham, I mean, he's dominated us all year in these asphalt cars. So a lot of guys back there are going to really try to make a charge with this draft, and we're not going to see patience. It's going to be thrown out the window. Here, rolling 70 mile an hour coming out of turn 4. We'll be getting the 1 to green this time by, I believe. You'll see the guys double up, and you're really gonna see you know, those guys in row 2, Tim Chapman and Preston Cramner. They're gonna have to get real good restarts. They don't want to let these front 2 just slot in line and walk away with it. You know, I don't know if they're considering working together, or, you know, if they've talked to each other or not, but something's going to have to be done to break up these front 2. I mean, I imagine Mossau will probably get a real good start here, try to float up in front of him, going down the straightaway, and then go down low in the turn and give Tim some pull back and then float back up in front of his teammate. That's probably the ideal scenario for him, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see if Jake and Joe can stay 1-2, or if Preston or Tim can spoil the party here. And I was saying Preston Cramner. I didn't realize that was the 70. That's Mike Cramner in 4th, so sorry for that, Mike, if you go back and look at it. Not to give the credit to your son there. Yeah, that's another, the Mossow, they've got a father-son combo in there somewhere too. That's another thing everybody out there watching. This is, like I say, the league's a big family. Got a lot of, real family members in here together. And, if you're interested in doing any of that, father-son tandem, you got some brothers out there, hell, sisters. We don't care. We'll take anyone, anyone who likes to race good, hard, and clean. C2CRL.com. Always looking for new members. Here we're getting ready to roll out of turn 4 here. Gonna have to see if Jacob can clear Joe and see if they can get that tandem going back together again, because if they link up, they're gonna be real tough to beat here as we get ready for the first green-white checker attempt. And there we go. That's that good start I was talking about. Probably gonna float up here. Or nope, he didn't need to, because I think he's going to be able to clear Tim. There. We got Steven Spies in 4th place. We'll have to see if he's willing to work with Tim here. See if they can get something going. Tim is definitely getting loose there coming out of the corners. That's what I'm talking about, the tires cycling in heat. It's going to be way different. You get Spies. He's giving him as much help as he can here. Going on the backstretch. Tim takes the lead going into turn 3. You got another teammate there. You got Cody Graham. He's with the Mussos. So, you got 3 out of 5 up there. You got a wreck, but I don't think it's going to matter because they're so low. Oh, no. Caution came out first. Caution came out first. Oh, wow. That is not what Tim Chapman wanted to see there. I mean, he is in first place now. He's going to have the restart on him, but I think he had Steven Spies behind him right where he wanted him, and I think that may end up coming back to haunt him a little bit there. That was real close to the leaders crossing the line when that caution came out. Now if you're Tim, you almost got to hope you get a good restart and the boys wreck right away to seal your win. But we're going to go back and take a look at this wreck here. Like Krupa and Cramner got into each other a little bit, and that was a different one. Oh man, there were 3 different wrecks there. I think one in the back there was the biggest one. Wow, who's on the roof there? Joe Cannell is going for a ride. Yeah, he saw Cramner slow in front of him, and he tried to go up and didn't realize Jim was there, and nothing Jim could do about that. Jim's just trying to lift up for the wreck, too. And, that's a case of Joe just trying to get it, but the hole closed up. Oh, almost had it. Cramner almost saved it. Gonna take a look, I believe, here at Stephen Bixler's onboard camera. Yeah, that's the first car we've seen today that went sideways at 150 mile an hour and didn't do the complete roll, I think. What a ride for Bob. Front end's real tore up. Jim Bowie. Yeah, he had gotten nowhere to go there when Canellis came up. He was already there, and Joe was just hoping nobody was there, but sadly Jim was there. Now, last green-white checkered attempt. Got Tim Chapman out front. Now, I didn't realize, I thought Spies was in 4th when the caution came out. So I think Tim is not in as bad of a spot as I was playing him off to be there. He's going to have, Tim, like I say, he's my father. He's not really part of Gambler, but he hangs out with us when he races. And, I mean, he's basically got a teammate in Steven behind him. So I imagine he'll have help until they're going through the tri-oval and Steven tries to win the race himself. So we'll have to see what happens here, what these guys decide to do. But they're definitely going to have to work together as the Moose Sow boys will be up top, and they'll definitely be working together. Rolling here out of turn 4. Looks like we'll get the 1 to green this time by, and we're using, I believe it's the last attempt here at the Green White Checkered. We normally only do 2 unless they changed it for the charity week, but I would bet on it being 2. And yeah, I'm hearing from a little bird that it is the final attempt, so this is going to be it. Guys got to play nice here. Or are we still 2 to green, actually? Lights are off on the pace car. I'm wondering if maybe they're making them go single file because they... Well, I can't even think why. Well, maybe they didn't get the full lap in, but still, that's a little weird here. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely, this is tough. I feel like this maybe makes it as even as it can now. I mean, you definitely don't want to be the guy out front, but if you're Tim, you like the fact that the Moose Sow boys aren't linked up, and the fact that you're probably hoping Steven isn't gonna, help push that guy around you, and having that little bit of extra space, may help him a little bit, but we'll have to see. He's definitely, I think, with a single file restart here, like I say, he's gonna hope for that quick caution, but for all you fans out there, we're gonna hope it stays green. Yeah, getting ready to come out of 4 here, and as we roll through the tri-oval, the pace car will pull off, and Tim Chapman will lead him for the final Green White Checkered start. Oh, and that's exactly what Tim Chapman needed. Wreck right away, and this race is going to be over. We're going to be ending under green white or under caution tonight, boys. That's a really tough way to end the race for sure, but definitely kind of saw it coming with the way that we've been rolling. Just definitely, well, we had some good racing tonight. Yeah, nobody likes to see a race finish under caution, except, like I say, I'm a little biased tonight, so pretty cool. My first night of broadcasting, I'm going to get to talk to my old man up here, but definitely would have liked to seen him earn it a little more and it run under green, but we had a lot of good racing tonight, and definitely looking forward to the 87s this year. Not so much the restrictor plates, because as we see, they can get wild, but I mean, it is a lot of fun driving the shoebox around and making it handle. Yeah, I believe they're going to have to pace, I think, one more lap, because this would put them 1 to go. So we're going to have to watch them go around another time here. So just be a little patient with us. But I was saying earlier, don't forget about us tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we got the midgets rolling off at 7 o'clock at Lanier. Then we got dirt street stocks at Lanier, just a normal race. Then we have the street stock enduro, and then we're gonna throw out the demo derby at the end of the enduro. So make sure you stay tuned tomorrow night. I'm sure you saw the accidents tonight. You're gonna see some guys take some crap out on each other tomorrow night. So make sure you're there, and it's going to be the place to be tomorrow night here on YouTube at the Coast to Coast channel. I believe Joe White has the call tomorrow night with, and I might join him. I join him sometimes on Tuesdays, but I got a couple people I want to check off the list in that demo derby, so I'll be racing that for sure. And, because we've been going a while tonight, I'm not going to hit you guys with a bunch of late wrap-up stuff. I'll do it now. I won't hit you with a whole long spiel after the interviews. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me tonight and bearing with me on my first night out here. Definitely couldn't have done it without Marty helping me behind the scenes. I don't wish his voice gone, but I did have fun doing this, and I appreciate him letting me take the reins tonight. But here, coming out of 4, this is gonna set your final standings. We're gonna have Tim Chapman taking his first win here in the 87s. Jacob Mossow finishing 2nd, and Steven Spies finishing 3rd. Joseph Mossow finishing 4th. Cody Graham rounding out the top 5. Greg Boydell finishing 6th. Preston Cramner finishing 7th. His dad, Mike Cramner, finishing right behind him in 8th. Steven Bixler finishing, actually somebody pulled off. So Bixler's actually going to be 8th. Somebody pulled in the pits. They pulled a Mark Martin. They didn't finish the race, I think. So Roger Craig, he's going to finish 9th, and Joe Canellis is going to round out the top 10 for you. Hey, Jacob, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, hey, man, you almost went 3 for 3 tonight. You looked like you had like you were going to be pretty tough to beat up there, but it just caution came out a bad time, and then my dad got lucky enough that didn't have to run it out green and had it hold off for him because is that your brother Joe, or is that your dad?
Oh, that's my brother. That's my twin
Okay,
brother.
your brother. Well, you two, I mean, I talked to you guys up the whole time. Don't get much better drafting with you guys. You two, when you hooked up top, man, you were almost impossible to beat. The caution just came at a bad time for you.
Yeah, it was a bummer there. I really felt like I had the car to beat there at the end. And your dad had one out of a pusher behind him with Stefan. He was absolutely disgusting with the pushing today. He was really good with that. And just got me on the – I thought if I went high on the last restart, I could – outrun your dad, but I didn't see that the 55 was glued to his bumper, and they just went right by me. I'm like, well, there goes my win. And then the caution unfortunately came out there, and didn't even get a battle to the line, so that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, like I say, I said it on the broadcast. I was a little biased. Wanted to see my pops win, but nobody wants to see a race end like that. Definitely not with the way, like I say, you guys were hooking up top, and I really wanted to see you two versus my dad and Steven there, the Gambler teammates versus what you guys are GSR, right? And it would, or GKM, sorry. It would have been really nice to see you guys finish side by side at the line, 2 rows deep. But you got anybody you want to thank there on the second place finish?
I'd like to thank all the boys at GKM Racing, Cody, John, Joe, and Eddie. You guys for a great broadcast, and Coast to Coast for a great league.
Thanks, Jake, man, and congratulations. Almost went 3 for 3, dude. I was rooting for you a little bit to pull off that trifecta. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
Steven finished third. Yeah. Hey, Steven in the booth, or Zach in the booth. I'm not Steven in the booth. Steven, Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I also am now in the booth, so you're technically correct.
That's true. Steven is in the booth now. Well, man, you got into it a little bit there with Preston when you were up towards the front, which he came on. If you go back and listen to it, he did apologize for. I pulled him up in the booth and he said he was sorry. But I feel like that put you guys on a really good pitch strategy. You pit just enough time to make it, and everybody else, it seemed like, had to pit after that. And before you know it, you were up in the top 5. And do you feel like that helped you out tonight?
I have no idea what helped me out, but glad I finished up there. That last, I wish we would have got to finish that out under green. I think that would have been real fun, those last 2 laps. I was just told Tim, stay on the inside and I'll push you and we'll get as far forward as we can go. And, I kind of got to push him to the lead there before we got the prior caution. And, it was an intense, we only raced like a lap or something, but it sure was intense and the cars are sliding all around. So that was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, that was, if you go back and look at it there, right when you pushed my dad to the lead, I mean, you guys were about, I want to say, 50 yards away from the finish line, and the caution just came out before you guys got the one to go. Marty and I weren't sure if it was going to run out green or not, but then we saw the caution light come up, and you definitely, my dad owes you one. You had a fast car. Anybody you want to thank there on the 3rd place tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if you got any good in-cars. I got a new sponsor on the back of the car, so we just want to give thanks to my new sponsor. We got the Gemstone Salvation Center and Baby Billy's Bible Bunkers, so everybody go check them out. Enjoy the new game on the Gemstone Network.
I appreciate you throwing that inside joke out there. I'm laughing hysterically inside, and congratulations on the 3rd place finish, Steven.
Thanks.
To anyone who didn't understand that reference, you need to get HBO Max and watch The Righteous Gemstones because it's one of the most hilarious shows on television. But hey, Tim, it's your son in the booth. Zach, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, hey, man, you look pretty good tonight. I mean, realistically, you kind of hung out in the middle and the back the whole time, just biding your time. And when that last big wreck came out, I saw you sneak by on the bottom. And it put you to 2nd. So, I mean, you found yourself at the right spot at the right time, right?
Yeah, right on. And I definitely couldn't have done it without Steven there at the end. He gave me that push I needed to get out front.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say next. It just seemed like Jake, he got a little bit too far out in front of his brother there, and it just let enough space for Speeds to get you to the front there right before the caution came out. You guys were really close to crossing the start-finish line before that caution came out. We thought you guys were going to finish out green, but I guess it ended up benefiting you. It's a shame that caution came out there at the end and you didn't get to race it out, but I'm sure you'll take a win.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot of fun. That would have been interesting that last lap for sure, because I know they had something up their sleeve, I'm sure.
Well, congrats on your win tonight. And you got anybody you want to thank on your win?
Like I said, Steven, and all you guys from Gambler Motorsports, let me in on your race chat and all. And for the sponsors who put this on.
Well, congratulations, and hopefully we see you back in Victory Lane again this season.
Man, I hope so. Thanks a lot.
Yep, take it easy, Dad. Well, we saw a good night, good hard night of racing. Definitely hard night of racing. You saw in the Hawkeye challenges, you get those different speed cars. You're going to get guys bouncing off each other. But, they did a good job of pretty much being respectful and trying to get out of the way when they were the slower car. And, we saw a lot of good battles all throughout the field tonight. And then the final race here, the 1987s, they showed the excitement they're going to bring. And, you're going to see a lot of wrecks in these till we figure them out. But I promise you guys, we are going to figure them out, and we'll bring you guys some good hard racing in these. But, from Zach here in the booth and Marty helping me out, just like to thank Coast to Coast for letting us put this on. And thank you for joining us on Monday Night Madness, and we'll see you again next week here.